What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Big Strilla back in the house one more again. Welcome everybody. Let me see if anybody's on right now. Anybody tuning in to the broadcast? Y'all out there, drop a chat. Let me know if I sound all right. Everything cool. Welcome to the broadcast. I'm gonna let a few people get in here before I start really talking. We got 6, it looks like, in the building. All right, IBE in the house, one of my travel bros. Yes, sir. There we go. They got it inverted now. That's weird. All right, sounds good. Okay. All right, Justin into the outdoors. That's one of my bike buddies, e-bike buddies. He's in the building. Appreciate you coming in. I wonder why this thing is inverted. That's weird. The chat. Sounds great. Good. I appreciate you. I got a special guest that's going to be logging in on the show today. I'm waiting for him to get situated, and I had planned on doing a separate interview with him because I was planning to go live yesterday, but I just didn't get around to it. I was trying to set up my old setup or whatever, and it got late, so I said, well, let me just do it today. So, but it just so happens that he fits in perfectly with my theme today anyway, escaping the matrix. So it's perfect timing anyway. So I'm planning to have him on in future episodes as well. So I'm gonna let him get situated. Hold on, let me send him a text. I see he's in the background, but I don't see him on just yet. His camera on. Let me see. So I'm gonna shoot the breeze right now with y'all real quick. I want to thank everybody for getting me to 3,000 subs. I appreciate it. All right. My boy Iron Tyson, aka Mr. Geo Arbitrage. He's still there in Colombia right now as we speak, doing his thing. Hopefully he'll be dropping some videos real soon. He has some there in Bogota, but he hasn't dropped any from Medellin or some other spots he's been that I haven't even heard of yet. So hopefully he will bless us with those pretty soon. Shout out to you, salute to Geo Arbitrage. Appreciate you tuning in. Greetings on to the chat. Got Blue Vega. Appreciate you, Blue Vega. Appreciate you dropping in, my brother. Thank you so much. Oh man, DC Born Rob is in the house. We got heavy hitters coming in. All right, appreciate you. He hit me up saying he was on the way to Austin, so hopefully he made it there safely. Appreciate you tuning in, my brother, and dropping a line. Be safe on the road. Don't be trying to drive and watch my live stream. You can always watch the replay. You know what I'm saying? So I hope you made it there safely, and I hope I'm not blowing up your spot by saying where you are. Yeah. So that's that. So we got 7 people watching right now, waiting for my guest to show up. So I just go ahead and talk to y'all. Thankfully, my volume up here. Let me see. Let me turn it down so I'm not getting any feedback just yet. All right. So got 3,000 subs now. It was a long time coming. Actually, my last 2,000 subs came pretty fast, and compared to my first 1,000, I started my channel in September of 2018, and it wasn't until March of 2021 before I got my first 1,000 subs. Okay, I see my guest has just logged into the background. He's getting set up. So we're gonna bring him on shortly. Hang in there, my brother. Give me a thumbs up when you're ready. Okay, he gives you a thumbs up. All right, I'm gonna shoot the breeze a little bit longer. Oh, we got Buck Travel in the building. Oh, I got my cousin in the house. Hey, cuz, what's going on? Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate it. All right, ain't nothing like family support. You know what I'm saying? That's what is up. We got Buck Travel in the building. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I guess I need to drop the link on my Travel Bros channel WhatsApp group just in case they want to tune in if they haven't already. Okay, IBE already did. Appreciate you, IBE. All right. So yeah, so what I was saying, it took me almost, was it two years, a little over 2 years, almost 3 years, I guess, to get my first 1,000. And once I, much love, cuz. Thank you, I appreciate that. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, so it took me a while to get my first 1,000. That was a slow grind, and but I got it. And then my latest trip to Medellin kind of catapulted my my views or whatever. Actually, I just one video from Medellin is actually kind of making my channel grow, which is great. I ain't complaining about that. I kind of knew that hopefully that would help my channel grow. First major trip I took, I went to Puerto Vallarta. That was my first trip that I started my channel on, and that did so. Then I went to Thailand. I was hoping that would blow me up, but my Thailand series didn't do so well. So I didn't even finish that. I still got footage from it. I was like, I'm gonna drop that later on once I get my subs and views up, because I still think there's some good stories there, even though they're old, but they're still worth telling, I believe, and I will get to them eventually. But so fast forward to this year, been a pretty good year. Outside of everything that's been going on, I got, like I said, 3,000 views and still 3,000 subs and still climbing. And it wouldn't be possible without my viewers and subscribers. So I wanted to thank y'all and just come on and give y'all a shout out. You know what I'm saying? So what else can I say? So my topic of this discussion today is escaping the matrix. You know what I'm saying? So many of us out here. What up, bro? Jay Divine in the house. Salute, brother. Appreciate you tuning in. Let me see here. I'm gonna see if I can change my chat. I don't like it inverted like that. It used to be the other way around, but this is a little different platform than a lot of folks use, and I don't know how to use it to its full extent. But let's see. I'm gonna change that. All right, and let's see here. Hopefully, I don't know. It still might be inverted, but we'll see. There we go. I like it better like that with the name up top. Thank you, cuz. I appreciate you. I appreciate you checking it out. What do you think of it from a woman's perspective? Because I know a lot of women might feel a certain type of way about my stuff, but it's mostly geared for the travel bros and the tech enthusiasts, because I like doing tech stuff too, tech reviewer, things like that. So those are like my two things: lifestyle and whatnot. Hold tight in the background. I'm getting to you, buddy. Got COVID. Oh no. How you feeling, bro? You all right, man? God, doggy. Buck been looking forward to this trip to Peru for so long, and this dang COVID is running rampant. The new I can't even say the word. The new pandemic strain is going crazy. So, oh man, thank you, appreciate you, cuz. Buck, I hope you're doing all right, brother. And I wish for a speedy recovery and just get better. You got Black Ham TV in the building. Salute, 10K coming soon, man. I hope so, man. I feel like my trajectory is pretty good right now, man. I'm feeling good about the direction of my channel. A lot of things happening behind the scenes. Talking to a couple of sponsors now, different things. I might get my first sponsor EV pretty soon. Big shout out to David Brand New for kind of helping me out with that, and just getting me in the right mindset for that, because he's got all kind of bikes and stuff that he's been reviewing and stuff. But yeah, so those things are coming real soon. You got Mr. Geo Arbitrage. Oh man, I think I dropped the link to the I meant to drop the link to the video, but I dropped the behind the scenes to the travel bro. Hold on, Mr. G Arbitrage. I got an interview real quick, but I would get to you and bring you on and other people from the panel that want to join. Just hold tight. Um, Buck Travel says I'm feeling sick, cold sweats, headaches, and I'm vaccinated. God, dog. But you're not hospitalized. I think that's the main thing, right? You're not like you can't breathe and lungs full of phlegm and all that type of stuff. I hope you have a speedy recovery, man. This thing is real, y'all. Don't think it's a joke. Buck Travel, he is in extremely good shape. He rides his bike all the time. He's lean. He's a healthy dude, and he still caught it. So I mean, don't take it as a joke. So that's that. For real, for real. So let me introduce my first guest here. We've got this brother. As y'all see, the co-title of my show today is Escape the Matrix. And so many travel bros, we're trying to do that. And just people in general, find a way to, and spoiler alert, I'm not talking about the Matrix the movie at all today. If anybody got that misconstrued, there won't be any Matrix things. I heard the new movie sucks, and that's a shame because it's such a dope franchise before, and I hate that they ruined it. But yeah, so much of that. But when I say the Matrix, I'm talking about the USA, the system that we're in. Basically, how to escape that, the stigmas and everything that goes along with living here in the States. Basically getting your money up so you can leave and live somewhere else. And for me, I don't necessarily want to live full time somewhere else. Maybe not. I want the option to do that. So if I wanted to live somewhere 6 months out the year, I want to have the option to do that. If I do it or not, that's cool. You know what I'm saying? But I definitely want the option to do that. And that means having enough resources and things to do that. And basically, you got to have multiple streams of income, different things to do that. And I think YouTube will be basically, if all goes well, knock on wood, this will be the vehicle that will help me be able to do that. If I want to live 6 months, 3 months out the year, 4 months out the year, whatever it may be, outside the country, hopefully this will be the vehicle to do that. So my first guest that I got here, he has done this. He's been living outside the country for over 10 years, self-made millionaire, self-proclaimed millionaire. I ain't seen his books, but we're going to take his word for it, you know what I'm saying? And we're just going to go ahead and bring him on. Mr. Obstacles, you ready, my brother? Give me a thumbs up. All right. Mr. Obstacles to Opportunity. Let's get it. What's up, my brother?
What's
Can you
good,
hear me all
family?
right?
Can you hear me? Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, hold on a second. My audio's not quite in there. Give me a second. Let me zoom in on you, brother. All right. You might need to readjust your camera just a little. You might be all right.
Yeah. No problem.
Hold on. Let me get my audio set up here. We didn't have a time to chat before doing this, unfortunately. But we're gonna make it work. You know what I'm saying? So let's see your audio.
Definitely.
What is the output? Oh my God. Okay, there we go. I see. Can you hear me? Say something, my brother.
Loud and clear.
Okay.
I got you. Can you hear me?
I can. Okay, you ain't coming through my speakers. You come through. Let's see here. It's not going back in my mic, is it? You don't hear any feedback, do you?
No, I don't hear any feedback when you talk.
All right.
A little bit now.
Do you? Okay, let me see if I can switch up my speaker. Y'all bear with us while we get this together, y'all. How you doing today, man?
I'm doing great.
Semi-retired.
That's what we do.
Yes, sir. We've been. Hello, say something.
Yep. Check.
Okay, hold on. The speaker went down. I cannot get my headphones to work. I thought when I plugged them in, they would come automatically switch over. But I'm just gonna keep the volume low until I figure that out. So we got Mr. Optical's Opportunities here. He's right now in Istanbul, Turkey. He's been there for the last couple of months, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. So he's been living outside the country. How long you been outside the country, my brother?
Shoot, man, I ain't been back in the USA since like 2006.
2006.
Yeah, I've been living overseas for about 17 years now.
Okay, so when we say escape the matrix, this brother embodies that totally. He is a military vet, right? U.S. military. What branch were you in?
I was in the Marine Corps.
Marine Corps. Okay, so he's parlayed his career in the military into being being able to travel, live free, tax free, outside the country for the last 10, 15 years, right? So tell us about how you pulled that off.
Shoot, man. I mean, mostly from the jump, it was me working overseas. Like first I was stationed in Japan. Then I spent some time out there in Iraq. And then after I spent time in Iraq, there's this, Marine security guard program where you get to work at embassies across the world. So I was sent to different posts like Barbados, and then I was sent to another post in Bangkok, Thailand. Then I was sent to another post in Brazil. So that kind of really introduced me to having that lifestyle overseas. And then me just sitting there, we had a mansion that we were in. It was government housing, and it was like a rancher, right? And we had like Yukon Denali's armored up. We had a chef, a maid, a butler, and we had like, a pool, basketball court, volleyball court at that post. And
so y'all were security, but y'all were like living like stars.
Yeah, we were living like rock stars because just like out there, you work with the Department of State and you're a diplomat. So you get your diplomat passport and everything. So it's kind of like a special duty that you can do as a Marine versus any other branch. They don't really have this type of special duty. And yeah, it was one of the best things ever since sliced bread.
So that opportunity isn't open to just the average person. Like, I mean, you kind of stumbled into that. I guess not stumbled, but it might have been a calculated career path for you. But how would you suggest other people go about?
I suggest everybody, like, especially if you're like down and out, like my mama couldn't afford no college. I just looked at the situation for me. I was raised by, single mom. My dad died when I was like 1. So I just looked at the situation when I was a teenager and I was like, look, I'm not disciplined. I'm not even like a man, to be honest with myself. I was raised with a lot of females. So I was just like, look, I was self-aware. And I said, look, my mom don't have no money for college. I don't want debt. I don't want to live check to check like my mom Dukes. So I was like, bump it. The military is going to pay for school. It's going to teach me discipline. It's going to teach me how to become a man. I'm going to be with a bunch of other men and learn how to kind of like, organize, lead, take charge of other groups of men and just do things that I wouldn't even have been able to do just like working a regular job or going to college. So I would suggest, and I do suggest a lot of people who you kind of have similar backgrounds, and even if they don't, to go to the military and get the best out of them while they try to get the best out of you. So you get out with, security clearances, you get out with a degree if you want to, you get out with this ability still go to college for free on a full ride, plus you get paid every month. Like you don't have to go get a job neither. And then at the same time, you get, no down payment on houses. And there's so much benefits that come with it. So I would say the average person can go into the military. So it's very, possible for them to take that path. And then if they follow my step plan, within 5 years, we can get you at least a paper millionaire by following the game plan, because there's just ways to go about it where you could get yourself into that wealth.
Man, that's great, man. Like this is one brother whenever I watch his streams, his live streams or his channel, y'all make sure y'all go subscribe while we're at it. Every time I watch a live stream, I learn something, man. And it's a lot of brothers in this space do a lot of opinion pieces. You know what I'm saying? They talk about women, things like that. And I do too. You know what I'm saying? But not so much. I'm more travel. But you bring a lot of pertinent financial advice, investment advice, and things like that on your channel. And you said something that impressed upon me, like about working. You're like, hey, get yourself a job that doesn't burn you out, and you can make money, and then you still do your passion after that. And that stuck in my head. I was like, dang, that's a good idea. You know what I'm saying? And shortly after that, I ended up landing in my current job. I work from home now. It still burns me out, but at least I'm working from home. They get their money worth out of me, you know what I'm saying? But
they ain't getting you in traffic or nothing crazy like
nah,
that. So
nah, I ain't got to worry about wardrobe.
People usually give them like 2 hours in traffic, and then an hour and just getting ready. So
Right.
it's like, you at least get to take your 3 hours back during
That is
commute
true.
and preparing, and then actually unloading when you come back from work. So you get that 3 hours back regardless if you're working from home.
Right. Yeah, exactly. So it's all about planting seeds. You plant that seed in my head, and I was looking for work, but I said, well, let me look for work from home jobs, and that's when I switched over to that remote work, and then I landed a job, and it's cool. You know what I'm saying? It's like I'm still burnt out, man. I'm exhausted a lot. I haven't been able to keep up with my YouTube like I want to, but I'm still pressing through. I'm trying to find the balance. I picked up a lot of weight recently, but it's all about finding balance and stuff. So this brother also, you invest in real estate. He all the way in Turkey, and he had me bird dogging property here in Houston for him. I mean, this brother, he's doing big things. I don't know if you, I don't mean to put your business out there on blast.
No, you good. Like, I love talking about finance, and I want to change the culture where people are like, quote unquote, saying I'm not pocket watching. I'm pocket watching because I think that's one of the most important conversations to have. Not
Right.
Who won the basketball game or who won the football game. We can easily talk about that in the weather, but we don't really talk about finances. And when you get
Right.
around rich people, like true millionaires and billionaires, they talk about it like it's nothing.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. That's why, like, anytime you go live and I can catch it, I tune in, man, because you kind of think on a different wavelength than a lot of folks, and I appreciate it, man. And as brothers out here, instead of hating, we gotta lift each other up. I'm glad I got you on my show before you get on O'Shea, Duke Jackson, and Kevin Samuels and all those cats, because I know it's coming. You know what I'm saying? I see the greatness in you. You know what I'm saying? As far as what you're doing and the advice and just the thought patterns. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of us come from a scarcity mindset. You know what I'm saying? And if you, like you said, if you don't have two nickels to rub together, it's hard to see your future if you just try and get through the day. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? I'm kind of in a position where I'm not quite there where I'm financially free, but I'm laying the foundation. My YouTube's doing well. I'm gainfully employed right now. I'm trying to, handle my business the best I can. So that's that. So somebody in their early 20s, what would you tell them to do? I guess as far as like go the military path that they don't have. Go ahead, expound on it.
Okay, nah, I don't want to cut you off. So I would tell somebody like, I'm gonna be honest, man. Spend those years grinding it out. Don't worry about wives. Don't worry about the responsibility of the remainder of your family. It's not nothing. No knock against your family, but like on the plane, right? You can't save nobody else if you passed out. Once
Right.
those oxygen masks come down. So you
Right.
really got to take that in. And a lot of brothers, I see them get caught up in just like not even just like a trap with a girl in particular, but just like trying to help their family out. And then it's like you can't help them out if you not straight. And sometimes
Right.
they can't even get straight because they're just going to be in that way in which they are. So I would advise those guys to really work on themselves, invest in yourself, self-development, and don't get caught into the trappings of people telling you, hey, do what you love, chase your passion. Nah, you got to grind it out when you're young. You got to go through the sacrifice. You got to go through the struggle. You got to go through the mud, and it's going to take a while, but it's sweet at the end of the road. So once you put in that work via the military, or you take that serious approach towards financial literacy and really dive deep into what to do with your money, then that's the best thing you'll ever do in your entire life. Because it's kind of surprising. But for me, I came out of the military and I was like a top gunner in the military. So once I started applying the same work ethic and professionalism and tactic, people were looking at me like I was going above and beyond. And I was like, I think I'm doing all right. And, what you'll be surprised about is a lot of people don't go above and beyond. So you just got to do a little bit more to actually beat the competition. And then you get far ahead than anybody else. So I would advise younger men around the 20s and growing up, like, man, focus on becoming the best you. Focus on actually doing what actually is going to make you capital and currency. And then you can start working backwards and buying your time back by investing in real estate, investing in the stock market, understanding true assets and what puts money in your pocket versus what takes money out of your pocket. Just focus on that and get really serious with the financial literacy, and it's the best. And I'll end out on this so we could just keep building. But I tell people, it's kind of funny. We spend most of our time trying to figure out how to earn more money, like, right? How to get a job. We probably get a new skill, get a new degree. But how much time do most people do educating and investing in what to do with the money once they get it? They don't put that the same effort. Imagine if somebody went 4 years. Yeah, exactly, right? What if somebody went 4 years to college trying to figure out what to do with money when they get it? But they really go to college to figure out how to just earn money, how to get it, but not what to do with it. Like, they don't know what to do with it, right?
And that's the big failing of college, man, because they don't really teach you how to live, how to spend money, how to invest money. I mean, it tells you how to get a job. I think the whole system is kind of, if I remember correctly, it was set up back in the 1930s, 20s.
Back in the days.
Yeah, back in the days for a different society. You know what I'm saying? And with the advent of the computer and the web and stuff, there's so many ways to make money now that don't require to going to college or getting super in debt or all these advanced degrees that a lot of people do. And I don't have nothing against that, you know what I'm saying? But I remember back when I was working and stuff, and people kept on passing me, going up the ladder and stuff, and they were getting advanced degrees and stuff like that. But they, they kept taking no more college loans and stuff like that. And I was like, man, I do not want to do this for something I hate doing to begin with. You know what I'm saying? I'm not happy. I always had some on the side. I was in the music industry, which led me to get into the video production. And I've been trying to make this dream work for like last 20 something years, my brother. Before YouTube, you know what I'm saying, and stuff like that. And I've taken breaks here and there, but I've always kept at it. Ultimately, I came back with this channel because I found out working with other people are inconsistent. You're the only consistent thing in your life. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, well, I got to build up my brand, my name before I can really take things to the next level and work with other people. You know what I'm saying? So that's been my journey. Let me take a break here and read some of these comments real quick. Let's see here. I think we already saw that. Black Ham, salute to you, my brother. Feeling sick, cold sweat, heck. I think we got that, man. Godspeed, get better. My cousin Kathy said. Alrighty. And he said this, I'm not hospitalized. I'm improving. Don't underestimate this virus. Guys, get vaccinated. Well, you know how some people gonna say, well, hey, you sick and you got it, so we're not gonna get into that today, but I feel you, Buck. Let's see. You got thank you going to the Cubs. I think we got that. Smash the like button. I appreciate you, Black Hound, for that. We've got okay. We got something about Uganda, 16 years. How did you find your apartment in Medellin? I found that on um, Airbnb. I found it on Airbnb. I looked for the extended stay since I knew that I was going to be there a month. I was hoping to find a cheaper rate, and that's how I found Indie Studios in Medellin. Um, they were good and cheap, so I went with it, and I love that spot. So I highly recommend it. If you're staying over 30 days and don't need much, you know what I'm saying? It's a great spot, great community. Um, I appreciate that, cuz. However, I can support, I will. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Uh, Jeffrey Hunter in the house, fellow Utonian. How's it going, my brother? Appreciate you tuning in. Let's see here. He's real blurry. Yeah, Black Ham. He's an Istanbul, so I don't know what the his upload speed is and all that stuff. It could be this app that I'm using. I don't know. Sorry about that. You can hear him though, right? What up, cuz? That's my cuz, big cuz, my old roommate back in the day. I appreciate you tuning in, man. Appreciate you. Bug Travel says Turkey is underrated joint. I heard. What do you say to that, Mr. 020?
What,
And you
Turkey
could
being
have put your
underrated?
name up there. Did you not? Oh, maybe because I got this. I'm sorry. There we
Yeah,
go.
yeah, it's there.
Okay.
No, 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 no. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, it's good to go. People are super nice. It's more conservative. I mean, in like the most part, the larger part of Turkey. So I've been to other places like
Mhm.
Ankara, that's the capital, Istanbul, everybody knows that. And right now I'm
Mhm.
down in Antalya, which is by the beach in the southern area. So like I said, it has many different demographics, but the people are very nice. It's
Mhm.
very cultured. You can have a good time. You could experience a great time. And whether you're into, like I said, coming here to also, mingle with the ladies are definitely classy. And,
Okay.
in my experience, most of them, when you interact with them, it's a more classy experience versus, you usually don't get chicks putting the middle finger up and, talking in certain ways that's very like aggressive and abrasive. That's not really how they conduct themselves in a large part. So, I
Okay.
mean, you even be riding the bus somewhere, and it's like, women on this side, men on this side, depending on the actual people and their beliefs. So it's
Oh
like
wow.
very, you know what I'm saying, traditional and conservative, and it's the Islamic State, or let's
Okay.
say a lot of people are Muslim in the country
Okay.
and practice Islam. But
Okay.
for the most part, still, many religions always came here historically, and every religion is welcomed, and a lot of people are welcomed also.
Oh, your video just cleared up miraculously. That's crazy.
Yeah, right.
That's wild. I guess they figured out the bandwidth, how to get you. So Turkey is kind of like where the Middle East meets Europe, isn't it? If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, yeah. So, people tend to call Europe a continent when it's really not. So it's just
Yeah.
Eurasia. And Eurasia is a big continent, including Europe and Asia. And it's where
Right.
Asia meets Europe. And that's where it's like a big quote unquote crossing the bridge into two different continents.
Europe probably isn't that bigger than the state of Texas in all
Nah, man,
reality.
it's medium. It's super small. It ain't even that
Yeah, it is
deep.
crazy that they got their thumb on everything in the world. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they doing their thing. They're putting up numbers.
Yeah. That gunpowder helped them out big
Yeah,
time.
right. Hey,
Uh,
gunpowder and a strategy.
yeah, true. I guess well that's a different rabbit hole. We'll get to that some other time.
Hmm.
Let's see what's next here. My youngest son went to the Navy. However, he had a degree when he went in. Okay, all right, that is for sure. What is he doing now, Kathy? I haven't seen him in a while. All right, let's get to this next one. Give his info again. You want to paste put your your channel address in the chat so we can let everybody tune in and get that. No traffic, no clearance bill, no man. That's why I love working from home. But it's got its drawbacks too. But I much rather be working from home. I'm not gonna lie. It's pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie. You got an amen. I'm sorry if I'm a little late to get to some of these. Oh, my boy David Hort, Super Dave is in the house. ATL in the building via North Carolina. Salute, my brother. I appreciate you tuning in, man. I'm gonna have to get my boy Dave on the channel too coming up. He's doing big things in Atlanta. About to become a lawyer. He's doing he hooked up a sports deal with I want to say ESPN for his university, North Carolina A&T. So I probably got that wrong. It might not be ESPN, but it's a major network there, and he's doing stuff with them. So big shout out to you, Dave. Okay, here we go. I'm going to copy this, copy, and I'll paste it down there. Okay, cool. Oh, my boy, what can I say? Razor Rays is in the building with the super chat. What up? Salute to my fellow travel bro. Real, I appreciate you, Razor Rays. I appreciate that, my brother. Always hold me down, man. That's what's up. What the hell is you talking about, bro? That's my brother. He over there hating. Talking about getting this money, man. That's what we talking about. Brothers need to be trying to get their paper up. And I got a bona fide self-made millionaire. He you're not in your mid 30s yet, are you? If I'm not mistaken.
I'm 34 right now.
34. Okay, you know what I'm saying. Yeah, I'm trying to get this information out there, man. You're doing big things. So what are your investments in right now?
Oh
Uh,
man, all right. I love talking about that. So, my major investment, man, I was just an early investor in Tesla. So that happened earlier in the early
mhm,
2000s. I was in the game with Tesla, definitely was a fanatic, just
mhm,
interested in Elon Musk as, period. But also
mhm.
the team he assembles and just the way he creates. So he has many different, great companies. I don't even get into the EV conversation. So I'm a big shareholder in that. I'm a big
Mhm.
shareholder in Apple. So, I mean, I don't like it too much, no disrespect to it, but
Mhm.
I know people do, and it sells, and it's a powerful company, and I'm pretty sure they have bigger visions than what they are today, just even in the medical industry, etc. So it's just like I invested earlier with them, and then
Okay.
most of my other money is just in diversified managed portfolios. So it's nothing fantastic, exciting. It's long, steady, constant investment every month, making my contributions to a wealth manager, whether that was my Eastern portfolio. So I have some money in the East in Asian companies, Japan, China, etc. And then
Okay.
also the bulk of my portfolio is in the West. And that's going to be, like I said, in those primary stocks and diversified portfolios from a wealth manager. And also on top of that, some real estate. And I'm really getting into different types of real estate just because I'm an accredited investor. So I
Okay.
can invest in larger deals with other high net worth individuals and accredited investors and financial institutions. And we can do like real estate syndication.
Right.
So
That's
I
major,
really
man. That's
that's
major.
that's super major. So once I like when we were talking about the Texas property and everything, I just found out that I kind of just re-strategized my investment approach, and I was like,
Mhm.
well, I don't have to own properties in my name, do all this house hacking, and have this debt in my name, and then liabilities and da 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 da. I was like,
Right.
well, I'm already a accredited investor from just the stocks and my just portfolio and my estate. So
Right.
once I linked up with a good investment firm, I
Mhm.
was like, wow, I give them 100,000. 5 years later, they give me back 250,000, and then over the time period, they pay me cash flow, and I'm a
Mhm.
passive investor. I don't have
Right.
to, be active and have it in my name, pay the taxes,
Right.
report to the state. So I was just like, well, that's 10 times better.
So
So
when you
that's
say
what I'm
syndication,
doing.
the people that don't know, that's usually apartment buildings and things like that, if I'm not
Yeah,
mistaken.
so they buy apartment buildings, but that's like a residential. So syndications do all
Oh,
type of asset classes,
commercial
and
too.
and yeah, so they can do commercial, they can do industrial, and right now I'm really focused on industrial because
Mhm.
even during the pandemic, industrial is still a high performing asset class in real estate due to, evolution of e-commerce, due to
Mhm.
the evolution of just new jobs. And so, industrial is just like the lead. And so I decided to go that route more so than residential because, you know what I'm saying, the gap between rich and poor is getting bigger. And then,
Right.
the wages didn't increase. So that's not getting better. The rent's increasing, the home value is increasing, but people's employment and wages are not. So it just
Yeah.
doesn't make sense in the macro. So
Yeah.
industrial, though, does make sense.
Yeah. Especially with what's going on with the pandemic, we got a lot of people losing their job, losing their homes.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? My current job I work with now is helping folks with their rent, in different places,
Yeah. Yeah.
because it's tough right now. So I could see that, you know what I'm saying, where you might want to not get into the home real estate. I also saw you talking about. Hold on a second. Below is his obstacles to opportunities YouTube channel. Y'all make sure y'all go and subscribe right there. Um, I'm gonna put it back up. Let me get a couple of these things. Let me give a big shout out to my boy Fit Travel. Super chat. Congrats to 3K to your 3K. I appreciate the salute. And if y'all aren't following Fit Travel, y'all need to. That he has a watering cooler for all the travel pros. I want to get you on his channel sometime. Optical. I've been trying to get you to tune into him, so you can kind of bless us with some knowledge
Who's
over
that?
there. But he got the water cooler. That's where all we go to talk about, traveling and all that good stuff. And he lets anybody on the forum. He don't be tripping, man. It's cool setup that he has, a community that he's got, and also he has a Travel Bros WhatsApp group, and we kind of talk about different places, some strategies to escape the matrix and get out of here.
Yeah, got
So
to.
but one thing I wanted to point out is that I heard you mentioning investing in Africa too, if I'm not mistaken. Is that a thing, or am I making that up?
Nah, you ain't making that up, but that's
Okay, I
funny.
thought I thought I thought I saw that.
Yeah, yeah, no. So I mean, like back then, I was like, definitely traveling across Africa, and for me, I know a lot about international real estate. Like it's ridiculous.
Okay.
So I would know like how you can get a foreign mortgage if a foreigner can get a mortgage in places like Singapore, Thailand, Japan, like just Malaysia. And
Okay.
so I know what banks to go to, or how to screen the banks, how to find the developers. It depends
So
on how you want to invest.
so you know how to do financing it overseas? Because I hear like
Yeah,
all these different places you can't get financing.
nah, that's cap. You can get financing. I mean, I'll give you an example of two just to make it easy, so I won't go on a tangent. But
Okay.
if you deal with one, let's say example, you can go to so like South Africa. Let's deal with Africa. South Africa has it where if you're a foreigner, no permit, no residence, right? Just a complete foreigner, like on a tourist pass visa or whatever, not even
Mhm.
in South Africa, then you can underwrite an actual property. It's a company called Uber, and they work as like a go-to between, and they'll take
Okay.
you from the brokerage firm, right? And then they'll take you to the banks that help foreigners get the actual foreign mortgage, and they'll do the whole process.
Oh
So you
wow.
don't even have to go to a bank and do all the things that you would usually have to do, like in the United States of America. They're just like a middleman. And
Okay.
so South Africa works like if, like I said, you're a foreigner and you don't have no residence and you don't work there, then they'll do 50%. So they'll spot you on 50% of the house value. So
What?
let's say it's 100,000. Keep the math simple. You got to bring 50,000 to bear, and then at the same time, the bank will give you 50,000, and you pay that off of like let's say 20 years at a certain interest rate. So you can get underwriting, and they'll look at your income from America, your tax credit in America, everything. So
Okay.
it doesn't have to be in the United States, or you don't have to live in South Africa and have that permanent residence. Da 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 da. That's not a thing. But if you did,
Okay.
you'll get a lower rate. Your down payment will be 10%. But the cool
Okay.
thing about South Africa also too is if they're let's say they're building a new building and it's going to take 2 years building it. And
Hmm.
remember, I told you you had to bring 50,000, then the bank's going to give you the other 50. But if the building is new and it's going to be built over 2 years, they'll allow you to put that 50,000 on an installment payment plan, like layaway. So you
Oh,
pay
okay.
your first 50,000 off over the 2 period or 3 year period,
Mm-hmm.
depending on how long the developer takes to build, and then boom, when that hits and the property is done, they hand over the like kind of like the pass inspection, like a certificate of occupancy. Then the bank comes in, give you the 50 grand. So even if you don't have the 50 grand all at once, you can at least have it over the 3 year time span where you're paying it in installments, layaway. And then the
Okay.
bank still pays the other 50%, which would be 50,000. And then boom, the house is yours once it's done complete. That's South Africa. And you could do the same thing in Thailand and Japan, but the bank is just UOB, which is like a Singapore bank.
Now I know in Thailand you can only own 49% of
Condos.
it.
Now you
Huh?
can only own condos, so you can own a
No,
condo
condos. Okay, you're
freehold.
right. Okay.
Yeah, you can own a condo freehold, no problem. But then
Okay.
also you can own a house, but it gets tricky and it's gray. And I never advise people to move in gray in foreign countries because if you're putting up 500, something, and you don't want to
Yeah.
be moving in the gray. It's simple. What the bank invests in and what they'll give you a loan in, like the bank UOB, they have like a foreign international mortgage program. And
Hmm.
what they invest in, that's
Hmm.
the things that you would want to invest in because the bank's not going to give you no money on something that ain't going to be all yours because
Right.
then they
Okay.
can't take it back, right?
Right.
So
Okay.
they don't do loans for houses in Thailand, for example, because they know you can't own all of it. You have to be like at a 5149 type deal. And they're
Okay.
like, if you at that, then the bank can't come back and get the house and collect. So, but a
Okay.
condo, they can because you own 100 and they don't have a problem with that.
Okay. Yeah, because I heard like with just property, like say a house, you would have to like marry a Thai woman or something like that, and it'd be in her name. I hear so many people
Yeah,
do that, and then the woman ends up leaving them.
yeah, I never advise no blue pill stuff like that. I just and plus it's not even that. It's just not a good legal move. Period.
Right.
So there's other ways to go about it, and foreigners
Yeah.
do hold names in like companies, and then the company holds the land, and then but you're still kind of messed up with that because Thailand bumped up the
Hmm.
percentage of ownership in the company, so it's still the same case, right? The ties own 51%, you own 49% of the company, and you still
Right.
can get bumped out.
I think that's pretty good. For Thai, I
Most
mean, smart
definitely
for
for Thai
Thailand.
people.
Yeah, because you look at America and how a lot of Chinese folks are coming over here and just buying property, especially out west. I know like maybe the mid like 2000 around the housing crisis, like before and after that, 2008 when the real estate crater out there, they were just buying up houses. They come out and bust doors, come up and buy a house and go back to China. They won't they won't even rent them out or nothing. So they just like inch by inch buying up America. You know what I'm saying? Whereas you
Yeah,
go to
yeah.
Thailand, they ain't gonna let that happen. You know what I'm saying?
No. That
They're not gonna let
Asia's
outsiders
very
buy the country from under them.
Asia's very hegemonic. They're very closed off, but not
Hmm.
like in a way where you can't come and enjoy yourself. They're just not
Right,
going to be handing out citizenships like it's candy, and that
right.
comes from their history. And they're just playing smart ball. So I don't hate on them. I'd do it too if I was born Thai in this world.
Yeah. Those retirement visas there are A1, you know what I'm saying? But you gotta have so much money in your retirement fund and
Yeah,
but you,
it's different types, and you could work your way. Like there's the O and there's the I, and then you got like Thai Elite. That's like 18 grand straight out
mhm,
the gate. Or you
mhm,
buy a house worth 10 million baht, which is around like 300,000, and then you get the 5 year visa. But once again, it's just a visa, and
mhm.
it's not like citizenship. You don't have rights
Oh,
like a Thai person. So
okay.
if you get caught doing something that you ain't supposed to be doing, then if they deport you, then you're gonna be looking simple. But like the
Yeah.
guys from Zoom Thailand say, just go there and respect Thai people because they're very calm and chill, and you probably won't have no problem.
I'm glad you brought him up. He's doing big things, man. His channel is blowing the F up
Shout
right
out to
now.
MTR for covering them. So yeah, it's definitely
Okay.
gonna get those guys out the bubble, and it's good. I love it, man.
Yeah.
MTR, KS, they cover things, but people like 1MT, International Passport, yourself, and just the other brothers overseas can provide an option and a solution to people who are dealing with whatever.
I appreciate you mentioning me in the same breath of those guys, man.
Of course, man. Of course, man. Once I peeped your show, once I peeped what you were doing, man, I like first thing I had to do was hit you up and just like build with you and be like, yo, I love the content. It was definitely flying Colombia, something different and a different type of twist. And you haven't only been to Colombia, so it's not like you're one pony horse. You're like, yo,
Right.
I've been a couple of places and I'm gonna keep going. And I think it's a good story for other brothers to see.
Right.
Instead, when they see me, they probably be like, "Man, it ain't realistic. He already a millionaire or something." And then,
Right, right. Yeah, and that's what I wanted to do, man. Kind of show like there's different opportunities, especially for black men. I know you can speak for it. We ain't touched on the women yet, but out here in the world, it's lovely for African Americans. Like from my experience, we are in the greater world. We are the most sought after men out there, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? I could be wrong. I ain't got the statistics to back it up, but um, it's it's a whole lot of opportunity out there for different things. You know what I'm saying? So if people are frustrated, get your passport, get out there and see the world, man. I would highly recommend it. And let me give a shout out to Traveling Eddie. What's up, Real Life and friend? He does a lot of Colombia content. He's been to Mexico and back and forth. Y'all check out Traveling Eddie. He has a Spanish channel and he has a English speaking channel. Great content. He does a lot of food stuff. Just a mellow, cool brother. But we're all brothers, so it's all good. Let's see here. Brother said, "I know, man. Just messing with you. Y'all get that favor. Yeah, man. We trying to expand people's vision and let people know there's different opportunities out there to make money and just do different things and travel and see the world. Um, like he said, he's a paper millionaire. Heck, hopefully in the next not too long from now, I'll be the same. You know what I'm saying? So we just gonna keep it moving. You know what I'm saying? Let's see here. Going to get
now
bored.
that's liquid too. So I want to mention that
Oh,
that's
you
basically
liquid.
liquid.
Okay, okay, okay. All
Yeah.
right.
So it's not one of those paper games where it's just like, oh man, I got this house that's worth this. And then if you add that up, like, no, I mean, majority of the net worth can just be liquidated at a press of a button.
Okay, that's what's up, man. And hey, there's not too many brothers that ain't dribbling a basketball or spitting on the mic that can say that at your age. That have accomplished that. You know what I'm saying? So salute to you, man. So hopefully, if there's any young brothers out there that don't know what you want to do with your life, you happen to stumble across my channel. Hey, check out that military. That's a good, especially during
Cheat
peace
codes.
times. You know,
Yeah,
um,
especially during peace times. Cheat
yeah,
codes, though. Military cheat codes, man. Look, it's just like most people get in there and then just be sucking their teeth because they ain't go to war, or sucking their
mhm,
teeth because they're like they didn't get the best out of it. And that's just like I said, it's just user error. But as far as all the programs they got and the benefits, and you just operate on a different, wavelength if you
right.
really take advantage. Like my cousin, he listened to me. I told him he went into the military. He didn't know what to do. I said, go in the military. He said, all right. He went in. He was like, oh, what am I going to do? I said, man, do something of high tech, like, cryptology or something. He loved
Mhm,
computers. So he did crypto. And then he got out just now. And
mhm.
of course, they were trying to keep him in, right? They were like, yo, stay in, stay in. 5 years later, every time I met him, I was like, are you taking all the programs? Are you taking all the training? Because
Mhm.
people be lazy in the military. They be like, I ain't
Right,
going to training. I'm
right,
like, take everything that people won't take. You get to take above your station, below your station, because people just want to, just go through, blowing with the
right,
wind.
right.
So he
You,
took
you,
all
you
of
you
it.
accumulate skills. Do you get certificates for a lot of this stuff?
Yeah, 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 of course, man. And then the
Okay.
crazy part is before he even got out, the same civilians that worked side by side to him were offering him checks. And then he got out, first contract was for $350,000 a year, plus a $100,000 signing bonus.
What?
Plus at the same time he got crazy benefits. Yeah,
And how old was he? Like mid 20s?
yeah, he like mid 20s.
God, man! If I knew I could be making that kind of bread back, I would do it all over, man. I swear to God, I would.
I'm telling you, it's just cheat codes. But you gotta follow the program. Like people will go in and just do like supply and then get out and then just
Mm-hmm.
go back to Wendy's or go to school and then like studying basket weaving. So when you do
Right.
stuff like that, I
Uh-huh.
can't say what your trajectory is going to be, but if you
Okay.
follow, kind of like that shortened curve that what I'm trying to teach people when they
Right.
go into the military,
Uh-huh.
you be set for life.
Game over, huh?
He got a new brand house. Him and his wife, he just smiling from ear to ear.
Mm-hmm.
His kids is gonna be straight. And then, like I said, with me at the helm, he could just
Mm-hmm.
hit me up, and I could turn his 100K into 200K just by pressing a button, just because of the real estate syndication and everything else we got going on.
That's crazy. I remember seeing this brother from Atlanta. He was doing a live cast, and he was speaking about the same thing, going in the military.
Hmm.
He bought a house when he got home, and then he was big into like hydroponics and stuff like that. This fool had, I
Hmm.
ain't calling fool. This dude, he had chickens. He had a tilapia pool in the backyard or something like that, where he's growing his vegetables, the hydroponics and stuff. And
Yeah.
what I'm saying. Then like he's like, hey, and he had his cousin or his brother do the same thing. He's like, hey, get out, you buy this house, you move all your boys into it, you have them pay for it. You know what I'm saying? They're renting out rooms from you, and you get that paid down. Boom, you buy another one, and then you move to that one. You know what I'm saying? So this definitely way house hacking and things like that to definitely get your to build up your money. You know what I'm saying? Your investments and stuff like that.
Money, and
Um,
you got to do that because you got to get out the matrix.
yeah, yeah, for sure, man. And you know what I'm saying? It's like it's all about choice. You know what I'm saying? It's like, hey, you want to have the option to come back and leave as you please when you want to, work where you want to work or don't have to. Like you said, you retired right now. I know you were working not too long ago. You were in Israel, weren't you?
Yeah,
Your last position or whatever, and you're like, I think I'm just gonna take off now. um,
yeah. And then
and
I did
so,
some time in Turkey, and then they were like, okay, hey, this is what's going to happen, and I was like, nah, this is what's going to happen. I resigned, and so I was just like, everybody was looking at me crazy, like, bro, man, you be wilding. This is the second time I seen you do that, and it's
yeah,
just like, well, when you're financially independent, you can really just like, chart your own path, and it's just like,
that's
so
that
I'm
Gary V.
semi-retired because I'm hungry. So I'm a
Right,
real ambitious individual. So I never stop, in
right.
these years. Like I'm 34.
Uh,
So I'm trying to balance myself from not being too greedy,
right.
like being the drug dealer who keep, dealing drugs. And it's
Yeah,
like, go to
push your luck, but
Mexico,
you
man,
ain't
get
doing
out
nothing
of here.
illegal that I know of. So
No,
it
no, no,
ain't
no,
like
no, no, no. But it's kind of like the same thing. You get trapped in the investment world. And so
right.
when I do consultations with brothers, some of
Mm-hmm,
them are really set in their state. But the
mm-hmm,
problem is, the same traits and behaviors that got them to be high performing males is
mm-hmm.
keeping them in the game too long. Even though that, legal work, yeah, but your life is only
You
one
can burn
life.
yourself out. Is what you're
Yeah,
saying,
you can burn yourself out, and then you need to get out because, like I said, most of them approach it like, oh, I need this much money, but when you go
right?
overseas, you don't need that much money.
That's true.
10K a month coming in as passive income, that's ridiculous. But if you
Yeah,
have something like 2 grand, 3 grand, you could survive in countries like you
yeah,
live like a king in
yeah,
Thailand or
yeah,
Georgia and all
yeah,
these other countries.
yeah,
So it's
yeah.
like, what you talking
Colombia.
about, king? Yeah, like
Yeah,
yeah, okay, you probably need 10K in America, but for what? The
yeah,
food's not better. The
yeah,
rides is not better. Like the ladies ain't better. The people aren't better. The friends ain't better. No disrespect. So it's like, just,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
change the marketplace. Globalization is real. Don't
yeah.
be, don't allow corporations only to do it. You do it too
Right.
with your.
Yeah, man. Going back to the Africa thing, like O'Shea, what he's doing is like phenomenal, man. Like his production company, when he started spitting out like 2 and 3 videos a day, maybe a year or two ago, I was like, how the hell is this dude doing this? Like, you know what I'm saying? A lot of it's just he's speaking, talking on the mic, and he got some, but he has his production company in Uganda. You know what I'm saying? He
Yeah,
got at
yeah.
least two or
Shout out
three,
to Ken Daganda, or I
yeah,
forgot the channel's
Uganda,
name.
his channel,
Yeah.
and
But shout out
that
to his boy who just RIP'd. So much love,
Yeah,
rest
Kim the
in
comic,
power to them.
R.I.P. for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah. He was a funny dude, man. So shout out to him and O'Shea Jackson
Man,
and everything
that's
they
super
got going on.
tragic, man. Super tragic. But yeah, like what he's doing, it just kind of like just. opened my mind up. Like my mind's blown. You know, 'cause I've been doing video for so long, and people be like, man, like they want to hire me, and like they want me to do a shoot, and they be like, all right, you gonna have this out tomorrow. I'm like, nah, man, give me about a month or so. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm backlogged, I'm working, like this ain't my full time, so it was hard to monetize, what I'm doing. But like how he's cranking out the content, I was like, man, what I'm saying? Like he's done something total, next level, and a lot of people may not recognize that, but I do because I've been doing this for so long. Um, it's amazing, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Um,
and
and so yeah, so him, Wodamaya, he's an African, and he's showing all these people making investments, buying apartment buildings, hog farms, uh,
just
freaking
a lot.
tobacco
Yeah.
farm, huh?
I said a lot, yeah, like all the industries. So I think it's great content. It's definitely sort of needed, and that's the thing. Like I grew up on a culture full of like, oh, they don't want us, they don't do this,
Right,
nobody does this, and it's like, yo, it's 2022 going on, and it's like,
right,
yo, we can do everything ourselves. We got the cameras, we got the gear. Let's make it
right,
happen.
right,
Cut the chat. Like, let's get to
right.
work.
And that's why I love this space, man. YouTube is just kind of like it's creating this community. You got women getting into the black manosphere now. Have you noticed that lately?
I seen, yeah, I seen some. So I like, I'm a real, what's it called? I was a diplomat for a long time, so
Okay,
I can compromise. Like I usually tell people, I'm not the king of everything. Like nobody made me the king of all knowledge,
right,
so I can concede to other people's ideas, perspectives. It's all needed in the space because people accept different communication from different people, different tones, different styles. Like it's real complex on how people accept information and take it in. So
right,
it's like, me and you could be saying the same thing, but somebody be like, yo, I like Strill, the way he say it. Like
right,
that Billy Bird, he don't say it right for me. And that's cool. That's
yeah,
why we need both of us and more of us in the space. So
right,
therefore everybody can communicate to a larger group. I like KS because KS be like, somebody come to him with something, he'd be like, hey man, go to another channel. I can't be everything. It's not a one stop
right.
shop. Go somebody else for that.
He gets so
I
much
do
flack,
me.
you know what I'm saying? But women love coming to his channel. They can't stop. They like and man, I just love it, man, because he if you look at his old content, like where he came from, dude
Oh
was
man, yeah.
super square. He was lame as hell. You know what I'm
And
saying?
he was cutting into us. He was giving us the 1-2 piece. Rightfully so though. So,
But
it's
he
just
leveled
all
up.
the
You know what I'm
content.
saying? Like
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? And it's great because like he just he ain't you wouldn't by no stretch say he was the most hip brother, the most cool, or anything like that. But now he's worked so hard and he's built his platform up that it's highly respected. He's respected across genres, races and stuff. He's hated by a lot of people, but what he's doing for the conversation is just amazing. You know what I'm saying? Like hate him
Yeah,
or
yeah.
not, you know what I'm saying? A
Yeah,
lot of
most
people,
definitely.
are making a lot of money off of his name. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's like that in the space a lot, and I don't really, you see my channel. I really don't get into drama. I don't talk
Nah, me
about other
neither.
content
Me
creators,
neither.
and it's no knock to even people who enjoy the endeavors. That's just not my style. I want
Uh,
my subscribers and followers to stay on the path of financial liberation and not
right.
just clingy words like financial passive income, like the regular, black quotes.
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
want them to really understand the complexities of investing and the levels to it because there's all different type of levels of investors. Just like just like education. You got elementary, you got
Mm,
goddamn middle school, high school, and college. And I want people to graduate to university level, PhD level of economics, and not just be retail investors, meaning just press an app and invest in some
right.
stock, but also
Uh,
understand the margins and how to borrow against yours of course, portfolio, and then use that money and park it in the other deals that you're doing. So I want them
right.
to understand and become a sophisticated investor versus just a
Right.
retail investor. So that's why I try to keep the channel focused on that. And no matter
Right.
what's going on in space, metaverse, crypto, Bitcoin, ultraviolet light beam coin, I usually stay on the real stuff that has a proven track record, so
Track
people just
record.
don't get lost. They can
Right.
leverage, they can borrow.
Right.
Anybody can do it. And then it
Right.
actually has good rewards and it solves their problems like accommodation and
Right.
taxation. So it's just like I'm trying to hit people with the gems and the vibranium. I know there's a lot of
Not
copper
the
out there, but I want to
vibranium.
hit with the vibranium.
Oh no! Hey, I ain't gonna lie, man. I got me about 100 something million shares of SHIB, just sitting back waiting. You know what I'm saying? But
So that's a crypto, right?
yeah.
Yeah,
Shibu Inu coin.
people. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. But I'm not.
Yeah.
Look, I'm not one of those. Like, I just don't be with it because I know how China is developed, and I travel overseas, and I know Asia, so I know they're
Uh,
far beyond digital payments in any form, and they're like
right.
one of the only nations that have an actual digital currency on a national level. But
Okay.
I don't hate because I know there's money to make in a lot of things, and a lot of things could
Right.
be speculative, and you can make money there, and then you could parcel that out into other areas of solid investment, traditional investments. So
Mm,
it's each his own,
yeah.
and only the person
Now,
with the portfolio makes the decisions.
right. And the thing is, like they always say, don't invest what you're not willing to lose. So I haven't put like my life savings or anything into it.
Yeah, yeah,
You
I
know what I'm
put it
saying?
all in one
Yeah, it's just something I put some money in, like, year, two, five
weapon.
years from now, I look up and it's worth something. I'm like, oh, okay, I might hit me a nice little lick. But
And and I'm just
that,
salty because somebody stole my Bitcoin.
somebody stole
Yeah, yeah. I had Bitcoin back when it was like $20, man.
it?
Like people told me about that when I
No.
was in Islamabad. Like when I was working in Pakistan, dudes
Uh,
was like Bitcoin, Bitcoin. And I wasn't really like I was trying to stomp with the big dogs, but I wasn't reading with the big dogs. So it was like I was like, all right, cool. So I bought me like maybe like 10 coins, and it was dumb cheap, like $20, $80 around the time when I was
damn.
messing with it. Left it in the Coinbase, completely forgot about it, right? Man,
Uh,
I come back and then like maybe when it was around 60, 70, I was like, oh dang, I did have it in Islamabad because some guy told me. He's like, man, what's up with your coins, man? Remember you was it? And I was like, oh man. So I
uh,
went through my old computers to find my password, right? And
uh.
somebody then went in my account and bought pizzas with it back. I was like, what in the world?
No, come on, man. I heard about the pizza story back in the day. Like,
I
come
was
on,
like,
man.
with that one dude, the Minister Society, when he came in the house crying, I
Punch in the
saw him
air.
punches. I was punching the air like,
Oh, god dang.
yeah,
That
man.
10 bitcoins, that's about at least about half a mil right now.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Easy.
That's like 600. Yeah.
600. Yeah. God dog.
Hey, you
That's
win
crazy.
some, you lose some, man. And then I dealt with a real rich like I would say almost like a billionaire, but multi-millionaire Bitcoin expert when I
Mm.
was in Israel, and he was like, he laughed at me. He said, "Not your key, not your coin, bro." So
Oh,
he was talking about how sophisticated it is and how people that he know, like they have it
oh,
on explicit drives. They have security parameters set up, like
right.
biometrics. He got to call another place to get
Oh,
access to the vote. Like it's very complex the way they got it set up, and they really hold the actual key to the
yeah.
actual coins.
Yeah, man. I jumped in big into the crypto 2018 ish. But I got I got into BitConnect. BitConnect. I knew it wasn't gonna
Bye.
last long, but I was hoping I'll be able to get my money out before it cratered. You know what I'm saying? I was getting close, and then it cratered. Couple of exchanges I was invested in ended up folding, like they just disappeared. Um, one exchange I had a coin on there. I forget what it was, but I made maybe a $500, $800 investment, and it was worth 32,000 last time I checked, and
Mhm.
I can't get to it because the damn exchange folded. So after that, I was like, I'm getting out this crypto, man. It's
Yeah,
really coming for it. But
Hey, it happened to everybody. It happened to sharecroppers too. They done bought land. They got swindled out there. Records
yeah,
of
it
the
happened.
title. So it happens. It happens to
When you in the Wild West, you going for that gold. You know what I'm saying? Anything can happen.
yeah, you might get hit with a shovel. Yeah.
Exactly. Exactly. I'm glad that ain't happened. Let me get some of these comments real quick. Um, Traveling Eddie says, congrats on hitting 3K subs, Hermanito. Much love and props from Colombia and South America. Appreciate you, man. Salute to you. Let's see, got Uganda 16 years. Does Obstacle speak any other languages? And what language would you recommend a brother to learn?
Ele fala muito português, porque eu tenho no Nemo brasileiros muito grande bunda. No, I'm just kidding. So I speak a little, now, I speak
That's
Portuguese.
cool.
I speak a little Portuguese, but that was more like, talk to the shorties. And then I
Yeah,
had
yeah,
an
yeah.
actual girl for a long time, so she taught me a lot. So I know Portuguese, not level where I'm gonna go and get a job, but
Mhm.
definitely to like make my way. And I can understand it way more than I can articulate it. It's my pronunciation. But if somebody was asking me about the language thing, like I'm not going to cap, I would say Mandarin. Like just
Oh,
the
okay.
way China's leading and the way they're going to be going in the direction. I mean, they're going to be like the beast of the East. They're really going to be out there doing their thing, very technologically advanced. And as
Right,
far as economics go, they're like number two, but debatably number one. So with
right.
that being said, it's not only just economically feasible for you, but also
Mhm.
Asian countries are going to be learning, and just a bunch of other countries are going to be going in the eastern direction. And it's it was the time of the West, but now it's the time of the East, and then that's what's going to be changing over the years to come.
Okay, okay. I've actually got some sponsorship deals that I'm working with out of some people out of China. You can see I'm into tech and gizmos and stuff like that, and e-bikes and stuff like that. So um, I could have sealed the deal, signed the contract, but they were asking a little too much, and I was like, man, like I don't want to commit to this because they want me to do like 20 episodes on this one vehicle. And I'm like, I can't commit to that. I was like, look here, man, I've done. I have a channel for 3 years. I've done 99 videos, so that's average of 33 videos a year. Um, 20 would be 60% of a whole year. You know what I'm saying? If we look at just average
Hmm.
out everything I've done so far, I can't do 60% of my content on one thing. You know what I'm saying? Even though
Hmm.
I did it on my e-bike, and that's kind of what helped my channel grow. But that was at the beginning of the pandemic. I had nothing else to really talk about. I was using that to get in shape. So we're gonna work it out. We're gonna work that out. So, but
Yeah.
definitely got some things in the pipeline. Hopefully, we'll come to some kind of agreement. Um, that's one thing about this YouTube, man. There's so many opportunities once you kind of get a little name for yourself. And my channel's not that big, but this guy, he's talking to me like I'm uh, Quentin Tarantino or something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. 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 Putting up a
Which I appreciate. He respects my work just that much. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully we
yeah,
can
like
iron
you
some
putting
things.
up Marcus Brown numbers. That the
Yeah,
black kiddo who be doing the tech. He
they're
be killing it.
yeah, it's a newer company, so like they don't have the brand recognition. I'm a newer creator, you know what I'm saying? So
Makes
he
sense.
sees the parallel. So, you know, but yeah, you say Marcus Lee Brown, but brother, if I could do a quarter of what he's doing, I'd be set, 'cause that
Man,
brother,
yeah, I remember he was doing it back on the No Kid for where he was like pixelated. So it's just like, of course, his advice was just to get started, man. Now he's got YouTube channels and YouTube series specifically in all
hmm
forms of tech. I mean, met some of the most prominent people on the planet, from
right.
Obese, down to Will Smith, Bill Gates, Elon Musk. So I definitely love the brother to do it. And I kind of like the way he does it because he don't
Yeah,
need to be like in your face BLMK. Like you don't have to be Martin Luther King Jr. Like he's just there, and then
yeah,
he just
yeah,
like sets a goal where people could see themselves and be like, yo, that could be me. So
right.
I like his soft
Exactly.
power that he has.
That's what I love about this platform. He's another dirty brother. You know what I'm saying? Like he was like a little pencil neck kid. Doing videos about his phones in his bedroom. Now the dude's multi-millionaire. And
Exactly.
there's a force to reckon with. Um,
Yep. And
he
that's
gets
my crew
all.
now. Most of my squares. So it's just like I done flipped my thinking. Like, yeah, I don't need the cool cats around me. I need
Nah,
I need those individuals around me.
we ain't in high school no more. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you know
Like.
what I'm saying? Like, I
Uh,
ain't
it,
trying
it,
to, be cool.
Yeah, in the
I'm good on
end,
that.
it's brothers like us that once these silly chicks figure it out, we the guys they want to be with, and then we're like, nah, man, nah, I'm good, I'm cool on that. You know what I'm
I'm
saying?
super cool. Yeah.
All right, let's see here.
Super cool.
Back to these. If you got, I don't know, Buck. I don't know. You know, he got more aliases than we can keep track of. But long as he keeps it respectable, I ain't mad at him. You know, Romney cool with me. I ain't he's cool with me. Who's Tommy Peso? He is a, depending on who you talk to, some people will say he's a troll. I I just think he's a brother that like to mix up and be in controversy. You know what I'm saying? He's a he all right with me. I ain't got nothing bad to say about him. He be doing his own thing. So I like to keep it that way. Let's see here. Thank you, Nazi J. Appreciate you, man. I've been waiting to get this guy on. We've been talking for months, man. I'm glad he ain't be like, Skrill, you full of ish. I'm trying to get my stuff together, and we finally making it happen before the year's over. You know what I'm saying? Around the cusp on the New Year. So happy New Year to everybody. Merry belated Christmas and all that stuff. Hopefully next year will be a prosperous year for us all. We get this thing from the pandemic behind us. I'm ready for that. Kathy Johnson says, I need info on how to get great PR home improvements. Grant your home improvement.
Mm-hmm.
You know what that is?
Yeah, he's just asking for some grants for some home improvement.
Oh, four. I thought that was a person, Grant Fior.
Nah.
I'm like, who's Grant Fior? Oh, okay. Grant for home improvement. Yeah, I don't know about that, but I know there's stuff out there.
Yeah, just Google, like whatever state you're in, city, county, just go ahead and Google. Hold on, Siri tried to come in and intercept. So you just go ahead and just Google that, and then you should get the information, and you can look it up. So depending on what state he is in, then it's specific for that. But definitely, there's going to be grants from the county, state, and city level. So you just need to Google them, and it's that easy. And if you go to Zillow, like if you just go to your neighborhood, click on your property or something, or like I said, property in your neighborhood, Zillow even has a link now that like puts you in contact with all the grants in the area for that specific property. So it's like
I did not know
ridiculous
that. I
now.
never seen that.
Yeah, they're streamlining the process to help homeowners get into homes now. And it's just like the excuses are like bare none when people say you need money to get into real estate. It's just a fallacy. It's just like so much plugs now, and everything is connected. It's like a traffic of information connecting.
Okay, all right, that's what's up.
So shout out to Zillow for doing that.
That is dope. Shout out to IBM for the super chat. Congrats on 3K subs. Salute to Skrill Obstacles Opportunity. I appreciate you, IBE. I appreciate the super chat. For real, man. This is my second show that I started getting super chats on, man. So
there we go.
I guess I need to do more live streams. My super chats up. Yeah. And if I get good guests on like you, man, it'd be easy peasy. You know what I'm saying?
Man, I'm here, man. I'm semi-retired.
That's what's up. So for people that don't know, talk about this go to the next comment. How is it that you live tax free and rent free?
No, I'm they gonna come.
My bad. Oh, you talk about it yourself though.
No. I'm just kidding. Yeah, I snitched on myself. No, I'm just kidding. No. So like, my job includes me to work overseas. That's why I really like emphasize people working overseas and getting in different type of lines of work. That's why military is amazing, because you can go to military jobs, USA jobs, and they're gonna find you contracting. So I usually work as a contractor and I work overseas. And just based off of working overseas, and this should apply, but once again, I'm not a CPA. I am not an actual legal advisor for taxes, so you still need to seek, a CPA. But this is how I go when I file. It's like, let's say if I did have a remote job, I would work overseas. Because if you're out of the country of the United States of America for 330 days out of a whole calendar year, or out of the actual prorated year that you're filing for,
Mm-hmm.
then you don't have to pay taxes all the way up to $108,000. And then after
Oh,
that, you're paying like, let's make you say you make 150. From the 108 up to 150, it's taxed, but at an extremely low rate when you go up high on the income versus, when you're lower, it's just
mm-hmm.
larger portions. So think about it like, you just work overseas and then you are able to apply and say, hey, I don't have to pay federal or state because I basically filed for foreign income exclusion. And that is like the tax code or the tax law that allows you to say, hey, I'm overseas. I'm not even in America. What they taxing you for? What you
Right,
using? You ain't really
right,
using no roads, no libraries, no schools. You completely live overseas.
right,
So they have that actual tax code there. So I don't pay for that. And also my jobs, I usually found jobs that also pay for accommodation. So my job's always paid for accommodation. They always
right.
paid the water bill, electric bill, and stuff like that. So
Man.
when people looked at me and like before when I was working for the bureau, right, like the
Mm-hmm.
FBI, and then I left to come back to like this job that I do. It's not like high caliber, like dignified. And people are like,
Mm-hmm.
"Yo, you hustling backwards. Why are you going back to be that lame person?" And I'm like,
Right.
because I have most of my time I have free rent. I pay
Mm-hmm.
zero taxes, and it's stupid for me just to take a job just because of the name, the fame. That's not going to make me a millionaire. Everybody I was
Right.
working with at the bureau was moving check to check, and they had a lot of responsibilities that basically exceeded their net worth. So I just wanted a different path. I wanted to be free in a sense of financially free and then actually literally free.
That's why when I stumbled across the channel, I don't know if you came across my channel first or I came across yours, but once
Yeah.
I saw like the information and stuff, I was like, whoa, man, this is like stuff that you just don't hear every day. You know what I'm saying? And these opportunities. See, I was thinking that you had to be in the military or something, but that's not the case. You just have to
Nah.
work.
Nah.
You know,
Overseas, yeah. And then once
work.
again, get a CPA. But nevertheless, yeah, you have to work overseas. And then at the same time, it's like, bro, like when I was in the military, they wasn't even giving me that. The military does have like some tax exemption that you can have for being overseas, but it's like,
Mm,
up to like a certain percentage of your pay. And you got to be under certain, like, 35,000 a year or something like that.
mm.
But with this is entirely different. This is for, like I said, contractors. And just, I think it's something that everybody should look at. And here we go. Do not go to H&R Block or call the state county up and say, "Do I have to pay taxes if I live
Uh-huh.
overseas?" They're not a tax attorney. They don't
Right,
know what you're talking about. So they're going
right,
to tell you, "Yes, you got to pay your taxes."
right,
They don't
right,
know no better. But
right.
once you go to the specialist, it's the specialist's job to also file appropriately for you on your behalf and then actually strategically plan for you to pay the least amount of taxes. And I'd rather not because I invest my money in more American corporations that are more productive than going straight to the city or the state of Maryland. No disrespect to Maryland.
So you from Baltimore?
No, I'm from
Okay,
Columbia, Howard County, I was
okay,
out there
okay.
with the, tadpoles and stuff. I was in the suburban kid,
Okay,
I had
okay,
it
okay.
easy.
I got
My
family
cousins was from Baltimore.
in Baltimore in Maryland, so I
Yeah,
haven't
it's
been there in
rough
years.
there.
That's man. I remember my aunt lived in a pretty decent. It looked like a pretty decent neighborhood, and we just be out there. We would be bored sitting in the house, and we just go sit out on the porch. And she'd be like, "Come inside. Don't sit out on the porch. I don't want y'all to get shot." I'm like, "Yeah, no." Like, it seems like a bad neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? She like,
And
"Y'all
don't.
bring it in," and we were just bored out of our minds. Like, Jesus.
Yeah, that's how people get in trouble there, man. It'd be boring down there. Like it ain't nothing to
Yeah.
do. And it go to 0 to 100 real quick.
Yeah, yeah. So and I guess the wire kind of opened up people to like what was going on. I couldn't even watch the wire. It was so damn depressing. I don't know why people love
Yeah.
this show. It's super
Yeah.
depressing.
It was super depressing for the cops. So I was like, dang, I couldn't even work that job. They ain't never have no funding. It was just super depression to be a citizen. So I was just like, all angles, it was depressing. So
No,
yeah,
man.
yeah.
It
But
was
shout
good you
out to
got out, man.
Baltimore.
It's good because so many people don't. You know.
Yeah, I don't even go back like that. Like I did at one point to try to build like a school and stuff like that. But
Mhm.
like no disrespect to the pastors and the churches, but they weren't really, what I'm saying, trying to help a brother out. HBO special. They wasn't really focused out to the 4 man, 5 man cast. But
Yeah,
no,
shout
it
out
was
to
a good time,
PMP,
man.
Poor Man Podcast.
They really want to try, HBO brother, like help a brother out. So when I came there, I was like, I'm gonna buy this lot over here, boom, 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 I'm gonna do this. They're like, uh-huh. I'm like, what? Like, yo, let's make it happen. They're like, uh-huh.
They can't even fathom what you're talking about, huh?
It was like, yeah, they was like, man, this young man Cat, man, like he younger than us. Where he getting this money from?
Right.
But whatever, man. It was best because we build schools in Africa now, like like computer labs in Sierra Leone and Ghana. So those
That's
kids are very
dope.
grateful, and
That's
it's
dope.
great, man.
I have a partner who been to Africa several times. And he's like, hey man, you need to go, it's on my list, man. But I kind of want to build my channel up before I go. You know what I'm saying?
Man,
Because
you could be like a king out there, man. Like me, when I went to Kenya, bro, I was with the governor, like having meetings with the governors,
what?
like different regions. Yeah,
That's
bro,
what
I was out there.
O'Shea said. He's meeting with heads of government when he go.
Yeah.
You
And I
know.
wasn't even on no YouTube stuff. I was on like straight just like building a factory. I had like two different types of factories that I was trying to build, like an aloe. Another one was the fruit processing factory, and another one was I thought this was pimp, like, a cotton gin factory. So I was like, my ancestors used to pick cotton. Now I'm in Africa, processing it. So
What,
I had those on them boards.
what's that country where they send all the used up clothes to? You know about that?
All of them. But yeah,
All
yeah. I mean, it happens in Kenya. It happens in
Kenya, I think.
oh man, yeah. Don't I go on a rampage, but yeah,
Yeah, they
the
got a super
economics are
bad
terrible
pollution
there.
problem
Yeah, they
with
got
all
super bad, a lot of problems.
right.
So when I was even there, it was just like, man. But yeah, so going back to one of the things I wanted to actually talk to you about is, man, it's about to blow up.
Okay,
It's about to
I'm
blow
listening.
up.
You talk.
so like yeah, no. So the channel's really like obstacles, opportunity. Y'all guys need to like stay plugged because this is really about to turn up. I'm about to like be on some Kanye stuff. When he said he was going to turn up, Walt Disney, Google, Nike, it's really going to turn up in a fashion that I see the spaces a lot, and it's a lot of brothers moving solo, like Ace Live,
Uh-huh.
O'Shea Jackson, et cetera, et cetera.
Hmm.
But I was definitely talking to some of my close friends from the military, and just I built overseas over the time, and we're
Hmm.
really going to be taking this brotherhood to the next level. Meaning
Okay.
that on my content on my channel, it's going to be soon where you get to see brothers actually living overseas together instead of being like on some solo in a corner with a chick, cooking noodles and that's
Hey,
it.
plug me in,
Like
man. Hey, let me
yeah,
know.
most definitely.
Yeah.
We building a war room, man. We'll be definitely doing all types of where we're gonna be like improving our finances, getting money just off circuit, out the matrix, and then also at the same time fitness, health, combat, guns. Like we're gonna be doing all types of training, all types
Okay.
of content is gonna come in, and you're gonna be able to see like,
Hey,
wow,
man,
okay,
keep
there
it
goes
on
two
low. They
brothers
scared of that type of stuff.
overseas. There go two brothers overseas just living
Mm,
versus it's always just like we rolling one pack, solo pack, Lone
mm,
Ranger type stuff, and
mm.
that's not how it's supposed to be. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like
yeah, you're right. You're right. I agree with you. I agree with
most
you.
of my experience is like, look at Fresh and Fit, look at brothers who when they come together, they can build something tremendous and do numbers. And
Right.
we happen to isolate ourselves and
Yeah.
don't build that wolf pack and don't find a group of productive men and build something. Because
It's
that's
hard,
what
man,
really
because
makes it happen.
it can be a big crab in the barrel type situation too. You know what I'm saying? So I can understand why people, and why I've gone
Fly
solo.
solo.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
yeah, yeah.
people don't see your vision. They don't believe in it a lot of times. And like, how you gonna
Mhm.
make money? What you doing? Blah blah
Yeah,
blah.
yeah.
It's like I said on my last live stream. You tell people what you're doing, and it's like, they have that look of skepticism on their face, like if they're gonna clown you or if they're gonna deride you. You know what I'm saying? It's like you can go
Mhm.
either way. Like, oh, you ain't doing that. You playing around on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Or it's like,
Yeah,
oh
exactly.
man, or if you are doing something, like, oh, like, how can I down?
Yeah, yeah.
Kick me
I
down. You
had
know what I'm saying? So
exactly, but
it's one
I had to
extreme or
get
the other.
I had to get ghost on a lot of people who was my friends, and I still got love for them, no doubt. But I'm
Mm-hmm.
just on a different type of dynamic. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I'm just moving differently now these days. So it's like the guys who are ready to take over, cool. Not cool. Like, much respect, hats off, but still love them. But once
Right.
again, like, you build that brotherhood because those you gotta remember, man. Like, from my experience being in the military, the brotherhood's been like some of the best time I had in my life. Like us
Right.
going out there, and we were doing, not fun stuff. Like, they had us
Right.
waiting in the hot desert or,
What?
whatever, showing up to work 24/7. But it
Right.
was the brotherhood that protect nations, protect secrets, protect equipment, protect people's lives, guard the borders, guard your children. Like, bro, a brotherhood builds a nation that you see. It's the
Yeah.
infrastructure, it's the construction.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
That's the
if
whole
you're
thing
able to
KS
do
was
that,
talking about. The society that
yeah,
men build.
that's what he was telling. Like when he said like young kids, when he had that young professional channel, it was
Mm,
fire, man. I sent that over to a couple people, and it's
mm,
like guys nowadays just try to run with a chick in the corner and think
mm,
that's going to make them build some type of strong, like you know what I'm saying? Like how you going to
mm,
build your kingdom or your empire with a shorty when most empires have men protecting the borders? So what you
mm,
going to do when somebody comes and attacks your fort? It's just you and your queen. Y'all gonna get bodied. You're gonna be
mm,
looking like Cleopatra out this bad boy. Like you're gonna
mm,
get pimped by Rome. So it's like you must have a good stable of wise men, and then also a good army of generals around you constantly that are
right.
always in your face, that are
Right.
always building with you and making something happen. And I kind of like bringing that different type of perspective to the space because I think like I said, a lot of men like us, like even you, right? Once you make some good amount of money and you're like, yo, I can live financially free. I want
Mm,
brothers to start looking at themselves like they can elevate themselves economically, but they don't elevate themselves romantically. I don't think a man who moves up in a high net worth or high net worth individual should still be dating down. That's not
mm.
a thing. Like
Okay.
Julius Caesar did not date down, did he?
No.
When he married somebody, he got access to grain supplies in Egypt. When he married somebody, he got access to east of the Rhine. His quells
Mm,
between the German tribes were ceased to exist for political, economic, and social reasons. So it's like nowadays, more average guys find themselves in getting resources and they
mm,
still do average things and they still
mm,
date down. Don't get it twisted. Julius Caesar might have had a girl he liked, right? That
mm.
she was cute, he loved
Right.
her, but he
Right.
never made her wife. He needed access to family wealth. He needed access for political power. So he was a
Okay.
very ambitious man. And I think
Okay.
once again, guys that put themselves on the level, if they even consider
Mm,
getting married, it needs to be out of a power or economic strategy, not with the same poor man mentality, like as if you're just an average guy that you're saying I can marry whoever because I'm rich. That's not the
mm.
case. You can't do that. You have to move more wise
Right.
because that's the empire, quote unquote, you're building. So for me, if I get married, that'll be the chick that runs Huawei. I'm gonna
Okay.
be learning about telecommunications. I'm gonna be plugged
Okay.
into a whole
I feel
different
that. I
industry.
feel that.
You see what
Okay.
I'm saying?
Do you have any
Because
kids
I gotta.
already?
Do I have kids? Oh
Yeah.
no,
Neither do I.
nah.
Okay.
I'm just focused
I
on
wanted
building
to touch on
brotherhood.
that point on legacy. You know what I'm saying? Like now that you
I
kind of
got you.
rolled into that, how do
Oh, I'm
you?
gonna get a little controversial though.
Should we save it for a different show
No,
or
no, 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 no. We could go ahead and chop it up
okay? I mean,
because
because
it's not gonna be that bad. It's not nothing crazy. It's just that, like for me, like legacy. This is for me though, because a lot of
okay.
men do have that yearning to like see themselves procreated in another person. But for
Hmm.
me, like the way I work, I build factories in Africa. Like I look at life differently. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
Okay.
when I go to Africa, all the children in the village respect me like I'm Papa Bird. When they see me, they write me letters because
Mm,
their parents have to worry about them eating day in and day
mm,
out. Me,
mm.
I have to worry about if they have a future in computers.
Okay.
So those
Okay.
are my children. It's kind of like taking on a, community role where every kid in the block sees you as a big father. So I
Okay.
get that. I get that feeling of
Okay.
having
Okay.
kids
That's
just
dope.
from
That's
that.
dope.
You feel me? So I
Yeah. Yeah.
don't
Yeah.
really need that. Like, oh, I need my individual. Because, child would be crazy anyways. You raise a child, he end up doing whatever you want and being a
Right.
painter. And
But,
I'm like, man, I didn't give you the plug for the
but
everything.
my
But
thing is,
they're
amassing
human.
a considerable bit of wealth right now,
Hmm.
and eventually you're
It'll
gonna
be in a
pass away.
trust though. It'll
Yep.
be in
Okay.
a trust.
Okay.
So I don't like to use my genetic body to actually create legacy. I rather use institutions to create legacy.
Okay. I feel that.
I
Okay.
don't use genetics to create. legacy.
That's what I said when
That's
when, like
valuable. You see
you
what I'm
speak on a
saying?
whole other wavelength. You did a lot of guys. That's why I was like, I gotta get this guy on my channel because
That's that it has more weaknesses than a system. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
America is a system. That's
right,
legacy. And the institution remains no matter if it's George Washington, the founding fathers, the next ones after that, it's an
right,
institution. So a lot of people set up lives like that, like
mm,
Israel is an institution of
mm,
culture that constantly precedes itself from large family names, but it's not about the actual blood. It's about the actual incorporation, the system, the business that keeps propelling itself into the future. That's why we sit
okay,
around and talk about John D. Rockefeller. It's not just a family name. That's
yeah,
on LLCs. That's on S corps. That's a system that's set up, not just
mm-hmm,
necessarily just biological people that are just
mm-hmm,
making stuff move. Nah, it's a
mm-hmm,
system. It's a corporation that keep pushing. So
okay,
for me, my name shall live in a capital firm that's going to continuously precede me with new CEOs and new shareholders and then new people that are feeding new families. It's going to be connected with multiple families, not just my family. It's going to
right,
be connected to multiple high net worth individual families. You
right,
see what I'm saying? So at
right,
the end of the day, it's like even my kids that might have to pass on from my small contribution of my share can plug
mm,
into a network of high net worth families that continue to
right,
proceed. So you see
right,
what I'm saying? It's like
right,
a whole different move than just saying, "Hey, I'm gonna get a kid, get a baby, and then
yeah,
just put all my hope in that person, and that's my legacy." Like
right,
I see it differently, but that's just me. I might be that different cat. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
I feel you, man. I've been. I think that's still something that I want to do. Before
Of course, yeah. I hear you.
till I pass away. But I'm very what's the word? Calculating, like you said, like you are. You know what I'm saying, with everything, because we see so many times where you know all these broken homes and single, like you come from a single parent
Yeah.
household. So
Hmm.
it's really, and especially in our community, you know what I'm saying? Like, you look at what KS says, Kevin Samuels, like it's 20% of the men who are getting 80% of the women, you know what I'm saying? And
Yeah. Yeah.
and then,
Yeah.
then they turn around and complain that there's no good men. It's like, well, nobody told you to go get with Day Day, because he
Yeah.
could,
Exactly.
you know what I'm saying? Because he got swag, you know what I'm saying, but he ain't got a dollar to his name, you know what I'm
Dollar
saying?
to his name, yeah, and even like even in my estate, like I share with brothers because I want them to think kind of different. Like for me, you would
Mhm.
think that my brother and my sister and my mom probably get the majority of my estate if I pass away in my will, and it's not. My cousin
Mhm.
does. Why? Because my cousin was building companies when he was about 10. My
Mm.
cousin was the one who followed my strategies and increased his, of course, earned income to $350,000 in the first year he got out after
Right,
following my program. So
right.
he's been able to take information, process information, and do different through his actions. So
Mhm.
I'm going to actually put him in the head of the, estate and my net worth if I passed away. Not my brother who smoked weed in my mama's basement. No
Mm.
disrespect to him, but it just wouldn't make sense. You see what I'm saying? And you got to
Yeah,
make those hard choices because you didn't
yeah.
work all your life just for somebody in your own blood to fumble the rock. Like,
Just
nah, not
squander it
me, man,
away and don't know what to do. And
and it's not going to help nobody after that. You know what I'm
right,
saying? Right?
right.
He,
That
you know,
makes
he didn't
sense.
got the Lambo and the patio on his wrist, and then all the money's gone. Versus
Yeah,
my cousin, who's going to build a telecommunication company that far precede any telecommunications and cybersecurity company in the United States.
right.
So I put my bet on him.
Mm.
It happens.
That's what's up.
The
That's what's up.
the king got to make those choices. You remember the gladiator? He didn't even choose his own kin. He was like,
Mm.
"Nah, man, my son ain't going to carry forward." He was like, "I'm gonna give it to you, man." He's like, "My
Uh,
son, he too corrupt. He too whack. Like, nah, I got to give it to you." And then you got to
uh,
make those choices as a leader, because, like
right.
I said, it's bigger things than just what you want as far as your bloodline and etc. It's a whole system. It's a whole legacy that's actually going to be connected to it.
That's dope. That's dope, man. I appreciate you sharing that, man. I'm glad I asked. Let me get to
Slightly different, slightly different, you know.
yeah, yeah. That's what's up, man. You know, you're definitely a different breed here. Let's see what some of these comments here. Traveling Eddie, much appreciated. Still life. We are all brothers and sisters from different mothers, like a Haitian friend used to say to me back in Roslyn, New Jersey. Roselle, I'm sorry. That's what's up for sure. Traveling Eddie, you know what I'm saying? That's the beauty of the internet and YouTube. You know what I'm saying? It brings folks together like minds. I love it. Meta logos, my man, Meta. He was down there in Colombia for a while. I think he was in Brazil now. He does a lot of language exchanges with different teachers, female teachers of language. I can't really follow them a lot of times. I'll tune in, but they'll be speaking Portuguese or Spanish, and but it's cool content. So y'all check out Meta Logos. He's a cool cat. Thank you. I appreciate that. All right. My brother said that's scary. I'm not sure what that was in regards to, since I'm kind of late into these. Not your key, not your coin. Oh, he's talking about that. Talking about the crypto situation. That's what's up.
Yeah, me getting jacked for Papa John's.
Big Connect, yeah, Big Connect got me, boy. I thought I was gonna get out. I was like, man, I was getting close to being able to cash out, man. They folded like a goddamn chair.
I hope the pizza was jumping at least, man.
That's crazy. Yeah, man. Let's see here. Look at that. Got a super sticker from a bro. I don't even think it shows up on here on this thing. I don't even know what a super sticker is, but I appreciate it. Oh dang, it don't show up for this because I'm not going through the YouTube situation. It gives a description of what's going on in the sticker. Appreciate you, bro. Let's see here. Oh, I appreciate you, man. All my things in the back, all my little things, you can go check out in the description. You know what I'm saying? Amazon links, affiliate links. You know what I'm saying? I got to get my streams of income in. So if you like my ticker over here or the spinning globe, one master teacher, of course, he got one of those. I always wanted one before he got it, but I saw him. I was like, damn, I got to get one of those. So yeah, all that on Amazon. Y'all check it out. Let's see here. Fit Travel, salute to Obstacles Opportunity, by the way. He's a real one, for sure, for sure. We got to get Fit Travel on here again soon. I had to go live since he hadn't been able to. Recently, he's been on the grind, getting his paper up so he can escape the matrix himself. He's heading back to DR, I believe, or maybe Brazil next. So he's been grinding, getting it in. So salute to you, Fit. Let's see here. Travel Eddie. I can't read that. You read Spanish? Or is that, yeah, Spanish. Parceros que estén muy bien y feliz 2022 con mucho alegre y
He just wrote it at the bottom in English, though. Brothers and sisters have a good one.
Okay, my dumb butt. I ain't read that. Brothers
We was in here acting like we was looking at hieroglyphics. Like,
you know what I'm saying? Oh, yeah, thank you, Eddie. Let's see here. Got to bounce. I appreciate you tuning in. Salute to you. Let's see here. Thanks for lacing my bro up with the gang. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Great convo, fellas. Enjoying it greatly. Y'all have opened my mind up to a couple of new opportunities that I hadn't even thought of. Hey, man, that's why I watched this brother's channel, man. Like, a lot of stuff that he said, like, just kind of came to fruition in my own life, just like working and stuff. And like he said about, hey, this brother's a millionaire and he's still working. He done found the ego where he can work and live, tax free, live free. I'm like, man, like this brother's got it figured out. And shout out to Mr. Geo Arbitrage. If he's still on here, he's been 8 years out the country, 8 months out the country, so he might be exempt pretty soon. He keep on going. He's in Colombia, so hopefully you're still tuned in and you might be able to cash in on that. If not this fiscal year, this past fiscal year, next fiscal year, 2022. I'm Nancy says, I'm most definitely tired of paying all this tax money. Hit us up with the cheat code obstacles opportunity. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I'm glad I've been able to kind of
XX
expose you to a few
XX
people.
circle square R1 R122.
You know what I'm saying? For real, for real. We got my boy Brian Ing doing his thing in the house. What's up, Drill? That's my boy Brian out there in Ottawa, Canada. He's part of the OMG, the Ottawa Mukbang Gang. I would have rocked V Love sweatshirt, but it's 80 degrees here today, dang near. So I'm like, I can't rock it just yet. But I'll be rocking that soon. My clothes sponsor is still 713 shirt. Get dough. I felt it's only right to wear this. But my boy Chris P, shout out to him and 713 shirts for lacing me with my gear. And I'll be rocking V Love sweatshirt pretty soon. We got any other people out there want to be sponsors in any capacity? Hit me up. You know what I'm saying? I'll be glad to talk and business with you. Let's see here. Congratulations on 3K. I appreciate you, Brian. I appreciate you much. Let me go ahead and put obstacles his page back up here real quick if I can find it. So y'all can make sure y'all follow him. As you see, he's got great knowledge, great information. How long we been on? We've been on almost an hour and 45 minutes. I
Yeah.
think we might need to go ahead and wrap this thing up pretty soon. You got any closing
Okay.
words, remarks?
Oh, almost definitely, man. I want to hone this in, and I want people to really stay focused when I'm about to say, obstacles, opportunities, is an entirely different channel, and I say that because when I think of the brotherhood, I'm a proven track, war veteran. I've led men into combat, led them back to their families. So when I take this brotherhood, I take it serious to a different level. Like I've mixed with all different brothers of different backgrounds that we didn't agree politically,
Mm-hmm.
socially, economically, on many levels. But
Right.
if those tensions preceded the moment somebody end up dead,
Mm.
right? So when I actually take it to this level, when we're in the civilian sector and I'm moving amongst the brotherhood, like we're here regardless. For you going through divorce, you going through a hard, difficult time with your family, with your friends, with your loved ones, with your girl, with your job. The channel's here for brothers, period. And
Mm.
I have a no clowning zone. Like the days of us clowning each other, dogging each other, we can't confide in each other because our brother's gonna make jokes, cut us up. Like that's dead and gone. It's time to grow up and get serious and out here and start doing what we need to be doing. So when you come to my channel, man, I take it to the next level because if you look at women and sisterhood and females, they can tell their girlfriends anything in the world more than what they'll tell their husbands.
Mm. That's
We don't
true.
confide in each other like that at all. That's why we find ourselves isolated, alone, and lonely, and doing other things like deleting ourselves in the worst case scenario. So I want
Mm-hmm.
us to build a brotherhood that's vastly different than anything else out here. So when you actually get the content that I'm going to be doing full time, the war room is
Mm-hmm.
alive. It's time for us to improvise and self improve. Me becoming a
Mm-hmm.
multi-millionaire, self-made, and I mean self-made. I design myself. Nipsey Hustle type quote. I mean that I
Mm.
want brothers to do the same thing and be around a league of brothers that want to make change. It's called obstacles to opportunity because regardless of the things that you was told by the culture, whether it was this or that was keeping you locked and boxed. On this channel, we turn obstacles into opportunity and we become gods, greatness on display. So I want the brothers to come with us, come with the ride. The war room is going to be alive and you're going to get to see brothers together, living together, fighting together, breathing with each other, actually building something that's worthy. So I want you guys to stay tuned, and everybody's welcome, no matter if it's O'Shea Duzaxton, the Poor Man Podcast, KS, all you brothers, fresh and fit, all of you, you Strill Life, everything. All of y'all will be invited, man. Next move is going to be Belgrade, Serbia, and then I'm going to be connecting with one of my good brothers out there, Serbian Cat, and we're just going to be
Whoa.
running the game, and the game is going to change.
Wow. What's the weather like there in Turkey right now? It's winter time,
What?
right?
Yeah, but I'm down south, so it's kind
Okay.
of warm. So we came out here for the sun. So I've just been chilling, cutting, getting my meditation on before I head to the war room with the fellas in Serbia. And we're gonna be doing things. My Serbian brother that I known
Mm.
from just my travels in Serbia. He's a Serbian cat, born and bred. His father is like real Serbian, like he's big time in Serbia. But
Mm.
nevertheless, he runs like big companies. He runs a logistics trucking company back in America from
Wow.
Serbia, telecommunication companies. Like he just sold his land in Serbia for like 2.5 million to different types of corporations from America. Like he's big
Man.
league. So I only move with the big dogs. And no, definitely. Remember, I came from Colombia. I came from Maryland. I came from a
Mm.
single family. My father died early, but I made it out the mud. I actually built it with the brothers, and then I built myself up, self development, and like I said, self made. I designed myself. So I want y'all brothers to be just like that. And the brotherhood's
Mm.
the only way. So hey, kick back on the Instagram, turn off the IGs. Don't worry, because the shorties will come in plentiful when you actually build yourself up to be a man. I don't even think about it. They just come.
You can't. You can't. People don't understand. They like, be what you're doing, blah blah blah. I can't explain it to them. Like, like I'm working towards something, and it's finally starting to come to fruition. 20 something years of doing this. You know what I'm saying? And I see it. You know what I'm saying? And the network. You know, meeting quality brothers. Through YouTube, and then when I'm in my travels. When you travel, you meet like you said, your Serbian brother. You meet so many people that are doing different things and that can connect you and put you in, things that you had never even thought of. Like, before you just said that I would never think about a shipping company in Serbia. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Or anything like,
right.
what I'm saying? Like wow, like that's so different from anything out there that I've heard before. You know what I'm saying? Let me give a big shout out
Yeah.
to my boy, How To God, the How To God. Shout out to you, How To God. Check him out. He's in Australia. I think he's in Australia, uh, and he does a lot of tech reviews and stuff like that. That's how we became cool. He does a lot of stuff with the Pocket too. He just got a new DJI, what is it? The new drone, the big drone they got, the Mavic Pro with the two cameras on and stuff. So if y'all into
Mm.
tech like I am, check out the How To Guy. He'll tell you how to do things. For sure. 3,000 subs, next 20. There we go. I'm with it. Hey, I'm gonna say 10,000 like
25K.
you, man. I get to 10 and then we hit 25. For sure, for sure. There we go. He said correct. The Mavic 3. Um, Yeah, man, I appreciate you coming on and we having this conversation, man. It's much needed, and I hope we can do it again sooner than later. 2022 is going to be like an amazing year. So many opportunities out here to uh, to, to build ourselves up and to make money and network and just grow. You know what I'm saying? Um, it's like I said earlier, like if you're caught in a scarcity mindset, and you live in day to day, it's hard to see the bigger picture and think outside the box or whatever. I'm thinking for myself on some Oprah Winfrey, Tyler Perry type level. You know what I'm saying? As far as production goes, because
Yeah.
like they say, shoot for the stars. If you miss, you land on the moon. You know what I'm saying? So. Um,
And the background is sick, man. Like the background when you came on, I was like, man, he out here doing it.
Hey man, I had to come with the smoke and mirrors because I had the true heavy hitter on. I had to make sure I ain't saying nothing, so
I
I had to
salute.
I had to spice up the background, man. I've been putting it together for a while, so
That's
yeah.
what's up. Like, share, subscribe, man. Y'all brothers follow his channel, ride with him. Definitely turn off the football and get that Strilla life in your life. Let's do it.
Yep. There we go. HTG in the house. Yeah, I appreciate you. You keep up the good work, friend. You too, man. You too. He got some serious production skills and stuff. Um, this brother, he makes very compelling um, content, and he's the only person in the content always. Like he'll be out filming like out abroad, but he doesn't really hadn't really interacted with too many other people. It is still entertaining and educational. And big shout out to How To Guy. I also want to give a shout out to DC Born Rob. I don't know if he tuned in earlier. He's doing a great service for the community out there as far as anytime a brother comes up missing or hurt, or you got those brothers over in El Salvador, I believe, that are locked up, and he's working on trying to get them out.
I have
Go
I
ahead.
have one more thing I forgot to add.
Go ahead. Go
Also,
ahead. Go for
too, for any brothers that's willing to hit me up, you can contact me at obstacles.opportunities@gmail, or just go to my channel and go to the About section. And I have a description there just on one-on-one coaching, mentoring, and then in counseling, just brothers out of financial freedom, a good path towards, it's consultation. After the consultation, you get a war report, and it's just in black and white as a blueprint, resources, guides, your whole schematics on your actual estate currently and where you need to go. Because I don't like getting on the phone and just yapping with brothers, right? Like I want them to walk away with a blueprint and then be able to say, okay, this is my goal. Step one, step two, step three. This is what I should be achieving for, shooting for, so I can get
it.
to whatever the brother actually wanted. Some want, of course, living overseas. Some want just to be financially secure, whatever the case may be. It's all different types of brothers. I dealt with all different type of estates. So it's definitely important for you guys to hit me up, get that coaching, because when it comes to the actual financial freedom, like I'm hyped about it. I'm hyped about investments. I'm just loving the energy on helping brothers out. So it's just that motivation that you need, man, because sometimes people in your current life ain't just going to give you that plug. And like I said, if you can get a connect with a millionaire to actually
Mhm.
talk to you for your own value, because I don't even charge people a certain price. I just say the value I give you, you give back to me. So whatever
Right.
you feel like I gave to you, you pay me
Uh-huh.
back in kind. So with that being said, I do that with my business partners. I add value in them before they give me value. So once
Right.
again, guys, like if you need that, definitely come through, hit me up, contact me within 24 hours. Then after the consultation, within 48 hours, you get that blueprint, that game report, that war report, wealth assets report. So it's the war report. So hit
That's
me
what's
up,
up.
contact me all day, every day.
Now you touched on goals. Now,
Mm-hmm.
as far as goal setting, can you elaborate on that before we get off? I mean, is that something you
Yeah,
big
most
into?
definitely. So you're saying like what type of goals? So
Well, no, like just like for instance, I listen to a lot of Jim Rome and people like that. I can't think of the other ones right now. Les Brown, things like that. And
yeah, yeah,
one
like,
of the things he said, he's like, Jim Rome says like, hey, if you don't have goals or things like that, you're like a ship with no rudder. You
mm-hmm,
just being out at sea and to the whims of the ocean, batting you
mm-hmm.
around. You know what I'm saying? So
The unplanned life is a chaotic life, you know. So
exactly.
yeah. So
So
I mean, with the, go ahead, go ahead.
no, I just want you to elaborate on that because I set goals myself, but a lot of times I don't check in on them, and
Exactly.
you know
I'll
what I'm
be on
saying?
them. I'll be on
Yeah.
them. Ask anybody who hit me up. Like I'll be hitting them up. Like, yo, what's the update? What you doing? Nah, you
Right.
said you was going to do this. What you doing? So it's just like having an actual person who's going to hold you accountable, the way you need to be held accountable, talk to you in the way you need to be talked to. So it depends on different people. I'm good at reading people and how to communicate with different types of people with different types of background. But at the
Right.
same time, the goals, like I said, the unplanned life is a chaotic life, or if you don't plan, then you plan to fail, right? If you don't have a
Right.
plan. So with
Right.
that being said, our plans though, the one I actually map out with the brothers, they're very
Mm-hmm.
specific on what that brother actually wants. I
Mm-hmm.
really take in consideration. That's why the Roy report takes 48 hours. I really
Mm-hmm.
take in consideration of what he wants. What does he see his vision? And
Mm-hmm.
so whether that's living overseas with a family, though I'm on the brotherhood, I don't stop nobody from going overseas and having a family, right? So I help
Mm-hmm.
them map that out and what that would look like. For different brothers, it's like, yo, look, you need to get 5 doors within the next 5 years, each having a phantom cash flow at 100. Oh, I'm lost. Okay, here are the books. Read this book. If you don't like reading, here's this audio. Listen to this audio. Followed by this. Well, what about the flashy lights? What about the Bitcoin? What about the virtual real estate? What about couch flipping? No, 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 no. Stop. Focus on here. Leverage.
Mm-hmm.
Focus
Mm-hmm.
on the path that you're going to get financed. Do this. I tried to, of course, dim the market and filter all the overload of data and get them focused on a real path that has a proven track record of making 88% of millionaires in the United States. So it
Real
depends on
estate.
what you can do. Yes, exactly. Just because for the average person, that's the pathway,
That's the vehicle.
I
That's the
like
vehicle.
it's cool for all the other things, but once again, a lot of people in the YouTube section, not knocking them, but they're creating content. So no
Mhm.
matter what the new thing is, they're going to be talking about it. They're going to say it's it. You should get into it. And so
Right.
once again, for somebody who wants to be focused, like I need a game plan. What is that going to
Right.
be? That's where the coaching comes in and says, we're focused on this. Don't get lost in the flashy lights. Well, hey,
Mhm.
look, I'm kind of interested in Bitcoin. 10% of your portfolio. No more time. 10% of your portfolio, your money, your energy, your time, and your knowledge. 10%
Mhm.
of it. 80,
Mhm.
let's go to the real estate. Or, like I said, 20 over here, 50 over here. So we all strategize that so the brothers
Right.
can just stay on track because I want results. I
Right.
don't just want people getting a little bit of cash and then taking that cash and paying more bills with it. Like, I don't
Mhm.
want that. I want to reduce the bills, reduce the taxes, and increase the income and increase the net worth. So I'm worried about your roof and your floor. And I'm trying to
Mm.
lower the floor and raise the roof. So we're going to
Mm.
have to work together to make that happen.
That's what's up, man. Hey, man.
And it's in black and white too. It's in black and white too. It's not no chatting with you, laughing, talking about, oh yeah, da da da.
Right.
I mean, we're gonna talk for a little bit, but I'm gonna actually get to it so you can walk away with something in your hand that's tangible, and you're outlining the points like X, strike out this, I did that. Okay, let me hit him back up because I need to advice on this. So it's just like that. It's a good relationship, and all the guys I know that actually did it just always come back and they just love it because, like I said, they love the energy. They be like, dang, I had a
Yeah.
brother not too long ago. He was finna work 5 more years before he
Right.
like quit. And then I was
Uh-huh.
like, wait, hold on, man. Macro this, my brother.
Mhm.
You only got one life. You haven't
Mm.
got to live it yet.
Mm.
Get out the game. And then I gave him that, analogy about like us, going to Mexico and getting out the game before it's too late. And it just,
Mm.
he was like, dang. And he was like, yo, I'm done. He was like, I
Mm.
didn't even look at it like that. I was about to work 5 more years for the city.
Mm.
But the way you said it, what in the world am I doing? I don't know
Right.
when my time is up, and I'm about to give him 5. Like, I
Mm.
got it. Like, we got, I got
Right.
5 years. Ain't
Right.
nobody
Right.
knows that. So it
Right,
really
man.
helped him.
You might as well work towards your goals or your ambitions, and not put them on hold because, like you said, you never know when you're gonna you know
Make the grand
what,
exit, RIP. So it's just
right.
like, nah, man, you only got one life. And even if it's long off, nobody, I haven't seen one person laying on that deathbed. I've been in Iraq. I've been with brothers who passed. None of
Mhm.
them were like, dang, man, I wish I would have worked more. That day we had to stay back in the cow hall.
Never.
Nobody, everybody would have said, everybody did say,
Mhm.
man, I wish I would have lived a lot more. I wish I would have explored a lot more.
Yeah, yeah,
With
I
a new
agree.
Marco Polo, let's make it happen.
Yeah, man, I agree 100%, man. Like, I remember I listened to a lot of audio books, like especially like when I'm
Hmm.
working out and stuff. I actually fell off of working out, but like I was riding my bike and stuff, and I listened to audio books. And there's one, I forget who was by the author. It's he has a book called The Little Red Book, and it is maybe I only think it's 100 pages. It might be 50 pages, but it's been known to make a lot of millionaires who study this book and follow. And it's basically just how to write down your goals, following with them, and check in on them daily, upgrade them. You know what I'm saying? You got your to-do list, you got your stuff that's immediate, you got your short term, and then you got your long term goals, right? So I was doing that, right, and things were happening for me. That's right around when I hit 1,000 subscribers. You know what I'm saying? And I was getting ready to make my trip to Colombia and stuff like that, and it was really helping me. You know what I'm saying? It was like magic, damn near. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
yeah.
saying? And
And
so I kind of fell off. I actually have a timer set on my phone that goes off at 10 o'clock every day. Say, hey, read your goals, read your list. You know what I'm saying? And I'd be like, dismissing it. And I just recently started to check back in with them, right? So I looked on there and I was like, some things I had checked off, whatever. And then like a lot of things I was able to check off that I didn't even know that I checked off. I looked at the list and I was like, well, I still haven't done this yet, right? And then I was like, then I thought about it. I said, well, damn, I actually have. Like one of them was like, I haven't been working, right? I've been just doing my YouTube full time, doing some
Yeah.
stuff like that. And so I was like, man, I need to make $5,000 a month outside of my investments and stuff, right? And so, I look at my job. I'm like, damn, like, well, there it is. That happened. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, it stuff works, man. So that's one thing I would.
And people like this, Drill, like you got to remember, bro, like throughout history, men, no matter what they say in like Western culture, men had to always work in the factories, the mines, the wars. Like you was just coming up and it was like, here's a spear. You're about to go die, Drill. And you're like, what, man? Like, what? So that's been most men's life. Prison, wars, turmoil, working in the factories, working in the mines, the coal mines.
Right.
So it's the first time in history that men have the opportunity, if they choose to choose life, to be able to explore the world, to see countries and places that they never would have. Back when you had to sail the 7 seas for 6 months, right? You're able just to get on a plane for about 2 hours, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then go into a different place and live a whole and different entire life. It's the first time men can be free. So I advise men to live free, get themselves economically free, and then choose to live free for a little bit and truly feel how freedom is before they take on more responsibilities with a wife and family. Live free. It's the first time men can do it. Most of them just serve family, serve kids, serve the nation, serve jobs, and just die. Men are usually work mules or war horses. That's the only two duties they served in time. It's the first time where you can choose to do neither and choose yourself in your life.
That's true. On that note, kind of on a tangent, as black men, it wasn't until like World War II, until like they were shipping us off to war, that we saw there's a different life out there. Brothers were over in Europe and they were getting treated totally different than they were here in the United States. You know what I'm saying? They come back to a whole bunch of racism, and basically that's what started the civil rights movements in the '60s. After they came back from war, and like, this is some straight BS. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? So it took them, the government, to put brothers overseas, and they're like, damn, it's going down. You know what I'm saying? But we got that now with the passport. You know what I'm saying? Anybody can get their passport. As long as you don't have you're a felon or whatever. Even some felons are able to, depending, I guess, what state you're in. You know what I'm saying? I'm not sure how that works, but yeah, there's a whole nother world out there, man, and people need to go out and see it. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not just like, oh, it's all better, it's all peaches and cream, which it's not, but it's a different perspective. You'll just meet different people and do different things. And, you know what I'm saying? And that's my last 2 cents. Shout out to HTG once again. You guys are great. I need to go. Peace. Happy New Year. Appreciate you tuning in.
Thanks for having me on the channel, brother. I really do appreciate it, man. Much respects, and I'd love to have you on the channel. So I'll be leaving probably here and going to set up. So once I'm in Serbia, I got my whole studio set up. Me and my boy Nick, we're going to be running the podcast together. So I definitely would love to have you on there, man. We're going to really build. It's going to be crazy.
Let's do it, man.
We're going to have some nice eye candy too in the studio. So it's really going to be lit. Like, it's going to be lit.
I can't wait to see it, man. I cannot wait, man. That's going to be dope. I'm over here just trying to stack up my chips for my next trip. Say that again.
It's really gonna be, I said we're gonna be like fresher fit overseas, but we ain't gonna be doing the same type of stuff. But nevertheless, I'm just saying it's gonna be super nice, man.
Yeah, them brothers did blow up, man. I don't agree with everything,
Yeah. But shout out to them. They save a lot of men, and I just love their daytime shows. They bring a lot of Bitcoin experts. They bring a lot of bankers. Like, they bring a lot to the table. People kind of focus on the late night, but they got way more stuff than that. So
okay, I haven't seen the other stuff during the day. I saw that tribute you gave to them, and I was like, because they have been getting a lot of flack and stuff, and personally, I think they do present themselves in a manner that they may not really be living up to. I mean, they are, because where they are now, but before that, maybe not so much. But
Yeah.
besides that, what they built, what they're building, and what they're doing, I
I
give them
kind
much
of
props.
I kind of had it like this. I remember like a lot of people in space say some things like, "Hey, you're not living by that life," and I'm like, "Look, if somebody comes up and to me or to you, right, and say, "Hey, house hack, real estate is the true wealth of American foundation." Yo,
Hmm.
that's the fact. I don't like. So if I find out they don't house hack and they don't own no property, well, that
Hmm.
sucks for them. But the
Right.
information is still valid. So
You're
I'm
right. You're
still
right.
going
You're
to
right.
get greatness at the end of
Yeah.
the day. So I'm not one of those people, and that just has to deal with my diplomacy, my long history in military, and I
Right.
just learned how to be like, okay, extract the message, not the characters or the messenger. So I
Hmm.
could really be like, yo, the information's still valid. I'm winning. I don't know what
Yeah.
they doing.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
winning. So it's
Yeah.
like,
I agree with
and
that.
plus I'm very peace oriented. Like, man, let's just make it happen because at the end of the day, we all trying to make people better, and that's what we're doing at the end of the day. So I definitely love your channel, man. I love what you got going on. And then
Appreciate it,
definitely,
man.
man, like when you go back to Colombia, yo, there's a ticket for you in Thailand and Serbia. And then, like I said, maybe in about 5 years, I have me a safari in Africa. So you're gonna be welcome there too, man.
Hey, man, I'll bring the cameras, man. We'll be rolling.
Yes,
For
sir. Yes,
sure.
sir.
For sure. I don't think I'm going back to Colombia. I think my I got my radar set on Brazil, but I might do DR before that. I don't know, but I would like to go
What
back
part
there.
of Brazil?
Do Rio. You know what I'm saying? Like
Okay.
right now, I'm trying to build a channel. I need like people like, oh, I want to go. You know, like, hey, I need to go places that that attract views. You know what I'm saying? Before I can
Mm-hmm.
get like an H Live or Marwa and go wherever the heck they want to
Yeah,
go.
yeah, yeah. No, no, no. I
You know
got
what
you.
I'm
Got you. Hot
saying?
topic.
Exactly. So that's it. So I know Brazil's really hot, and I want to check it. I've never been, still haven't been. So I'm overdue. I remember
Let me know when you go, man. I got man family out Brazil, man. So they just make sure you straight. And Brazilian people are always good, man. They just stay looking out for people.
I'll definitely follow up on that, man, for sure. You know what I'm saying? But then I want to go to the Philippines. I still haven't been to the Philippines. Matter of fact, my first trip, well, it wasn't my first trip, but like when it was between Thailand and Philippines, I reached out to Skylar, a one master teacher, and I was like, "Hey,
Mm-hmm.
man, like that was back 2018.
Mm-hmm.
They just had that tsunami that came through the Philippines like a month or two before
Mm-hmm.
I was about to go. I was considering. I was like, "Hey, I don't know. They might be rebuilding, or you know what I'm saying."
Yeah.
So he's like, "Man, go to Thailand. Go check out. You be good." And I'm glad I followed his advice on that because it was a good trip. It didn't
Thailand
do
was lit.
yeah, it didn't do my channel too good, but it did expand my mind. Um, I met a lot of cool people. The Thai people looked out for me. I almost died. Almost got ran over, and it was
Yeah.
on my channel if you care to look at it. But yeah, I almost got hit by a dang truck or
I
ran
think it's
off a
going to take
cliff.
some time because, especially in the Black manosphere, specifically, like those
Hmm.
places in East Asia, like it's not really known to the manosphere. It's always
Right.
South America, you know. So
Right.
it's just like with Zoom Thailand, I think they're going to do a lot of damage, open a lot of brothers'
Oh man,
minds,
his
and
his,
like
his
help
channel
them
is
to
like blowing
understand
up.
exactly
Willie D just did
that cover on him about it. Yeah,
yeah. He was kind of like
yeah, yeah,
a
yeah.
little
He was
shade. You know what I'm
projecting.
saying?
He was projecting, but it's okay because it's like I assume he would project. But
Right.
I've lived in Thailand for about 2 years. I was a diplomat there. Like it definitely will work out because he knows the key thing. He ain't taking her back to the states, so
Yeah,
that's not
yeah,
an
yeah,
issue.
yeah,
So he's smart. Like it's
yeah. I
different.
mean, if you can stay there, I mean, and like hell,
Yeah,
the
he's
cost of living
good.
is so cheap. The food is great. The women
The
love
people
us.
are amazing. Yeah,
The
the
people
people
are
are
amazing.
amazing.
So many places to go in Thailand. So many, it's.
It take a
I mean,
lot to get into a fight in Thailand. Like I've seen it. Like you gotta be really, really stupid. And then Thai people like even in there, they'll beat you up just to calm you down. Like they won't go overboard. So it's just like it's really hard to push those people to the
I've
edge,
heard
man.
about stories over there, like people trying to be Billy Badass, and then because
No, yeah, no, it don't work out,
Thai
man.
people, they aren't big in stature, but they will
Yeah, but
mob your ass.
they'll come through with the click and run
They
up
will
on you
mob
real
your
quick.
ass. So don't let the smooth taste fool you.
Yeah, a lot of brothers got whopped like that in Asia because they be like, trying to, like, Bish Kyrgyzstan was like that. Like, Kirk. it'd be one of them. Next thing you know, it'd be like 20 of them. So it's like
Yeah.
they come in with the numbers, bro.
Yeah.
So
And they're like real loving and caring folks, you know what I'm saying? Like
yeah.
I was hurt, you know what I'm saying? And they helped me, man. Like I was literally sitting in a ditch, man, like for a minute, like just sitting there like
Hmm.
waiting for
Yeah.
somebody to find me, you know what I'm saying? Before I got my ass up and I got some help, and they came like help me get my bike, you know, my little moped I crashed. They, you know what I'm saying? They helped me.
Oh, jeez, yeah. And what I
Yeah.
did was I had like one big homie. He like got drunk when we went there one time. And he passed out in the streets,
Hmm.
and like nobody took nothing from him. They helped him back to his hotel and like put him in a hotel, and
Right.
that was it, bro. Like so, I'm
Yeah.
not saying it happened like that every time, but it's just
Right,
like
right.
man, like I seen the streets where like like I said, the red light district in the morning, the monks come through and be praying for the girls. So it's like real peaceful, like you know what I'm saying. And Latin America ain't nothing like the priest ain't out on the streets
Yeah.
after the like district
Yeah.
night. But in
That
Thailand, the
was a
monks
cool
out there and
experience
the
when I
girls are
saw that.
praying.
When I saw the monks early in the morning getting their tribute, they go to different spots, and you know, I'm like they're
And they
walking
be
the
with the
streets
girls and
barefoot.
they be blessing the girls, and it's just like,
I see a blessed
dang.
girl, they were still asleep
No,
without.
yeah, no, yeah. Like if you right in the right places, they be there. The girls be there. Getting their bless on after a long night. So it's just like when you see
Okay.
stuff like that, you'd be like, wow, man, that's different. But it's a very
Yeah,
peaceful
yeah,
place.
yeah. It's definitely a cultural experience that this kind of just does something to you. I can't explain it. You know.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You know, I mean, I always want to come up on like want to put some kung fu, like because that's what they look like. They look like the monks in the old kung fu movies and stuff, the shaved heads and
Yeah,
the robes and
yeah,
the beads. You know what
yeah.
I'm saying?
They be
But
serious
I was like, I
about
ain't
it,
gonna fuck
like
with these.
man.
I mean, mess with these guys.
Yeah, exactly. I leave them
Yeah.
alone because then the people really run up on you.
Oh yeah, no, I wasn't gonna really do that, but I was in
No, no,
my
no. I
mind. I'm
know.
like,
It's just
you know,
joking.
like
Yeah.
that's what they look like. Like they can about to jump up and bounce on a vase or something. You know,
Yeah. Do the crane
but
kick on you. Yeah.
yeah, exactly. Well, shoot, man, it's been great, man. I think we go ahead and wrap it up. I
Yes,
appreciate
sir.
everybody that tuned in. I don't know, like, it looks like we haven't had a lot of people concurrently on this thing, but hopefully we'll get a lot of people watching on the review, the replays or
Yes, sir.
whatever. And yeah, on the restreams. And thanks a lot, man. Once again, and like I said, I'll give you a closing word one more time. We'll wrap
Okay.
it.
Yeah, most definitely. Like I said, thanks thanks for the brother for having me on the channel. Once again,
Mm.
shout outs to everybody who's out there doing content, period. Like I support everybody from different walks of life. And definitely come see the show, Obstacles to Opportunities. Man, we're going to be kicking up the war room, brotherhood. The bond is back, and we're really going to be building strong men. I've done it. I mean, I've trained it. I've done it for over like 20 years. So, man,
Mm.
that's what I'm about, bringing that to the private sector and just applying it for a culture of brothers who really need it. And then, like I said, we're our own fathers, we're our brothers' keepers, and we all we got. Catch
Yes,
y'all
indeed,
brothers
man.
later.
We definitely need that, man, because so many brothers fall through the cracks, you know. And I appreciate what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? And
Yes, sir.
I learned a lot just from watching your content. You know what I'm saying? I was like, yeah, I got to get you on here. What's the book name? I don't know. It's called the Little Red Book. I forget who it's made by. Matter of fact, let me look it up real quick, and I'll
Yeah,
let you.
that's one of my peoples right there too. They came through and said what's up. So they
Okay.
definitely trying to scoop up the knowledge.
Um, who is this? It's called "It's What It Works," the famous Little Red Book that makes your dreams come true, and it is by. Let's see here. Shoot, who is this by? Oh, dang it, I don't see the name. But
Yeah,
let me see if I can share it real quick.
yeah. And remember that name too, man, because that's gonna be one of my largest capital raise consultants in the game once we really get onto my own investment firm. So
Who
she's
that?
gonna be
Nancy
pulling in
J.
those numbers. Yeah, she's gonna be pulling in those numbers for us. She's
Okay,
definitely very good at
okay.
raising capital. So it look like somebody I'm gonna be putting on the team. We're gonna be rolling. We're gonna have that consignment, and we're gonna just build our own capital firm. Just give it some time, though. That'll be coming down in 5 years or
That
so.
that's it, man. Like, it's just like you gotta build up your catalog, your body of work, whatever you do. You know what I'm saying? And um, being that we both do this YouTube, it draws us to each other. You know what I'm saying? And that's how we build. You know what I'm saying? And that goes for anything. Like if you're a plumber or you clean sidewalks or whatever you do,
Yeah,
you got to
right.
network. You know what I'm saying? And meet folks. So.
And I just closed on my first deal. So shout out to the deal. Just closed on a $5 million industrial property that I did with the fellow investors. So that just closed
What?
yesterday. So it's official like a
Congrats.
referee whistle. Yes, sir.
Congrats. Where was that, if I might add? Oh,
It was an undisclosed location, but
okay, that's
definitely
cool. That's good enough. Good enough. I get you. I get you.
down south, so it was down south, and
Okay.
it's going to be the first of many, but it was a, grateful ride. And I'm going to just say this real quick that, you guys got to reach out. I hear a lot of guys talking about like the ability of women to reach out to like Chris Brown and all this other stuff. I
Mm-hmm.
reached out to an investment banker and a couple of other people, but I ended up having coffee with the gentleman and just
Mm-hmm.
talking about of course my ambitions, what I had going on. And then like maybe a week later, he hit me back and he was like, you know what? I like you. You're a young cat. You got your head screwed on tight. And if you roll with me, I'm gonna take you into a world you never even knew exists. So ever since then, I've been working with the guys, working with the general partners, and they've been
Mm-hmm.
taking me along the way, teaching me things. And like I said, investment world that I never knew nothing about, real estate syndication, closing deals around $880 million in real estate within the
Mm.
next 24 year or
Yeah.
24
Oh,
months. So it's like it's the big leagues. And bro,
right.
like me, really, my background is not that. My background is security, expert surveillance. Like I've done that, and now
Mm-hmm.
I'm going in completely a role of financing and real estate on a large scale, and these
Mm-hmm.
large syndication companies. And like I said, you always got to reach out for mentors and add value to them, and be willing to take out the coffee, get the donuts, or whatever's needed for an opportunity. And that's why I call my channel "Obstacles to Opportunity," because I had nothing but obstacles, but I reached out and built opportunities out the mud. So definitely,
Man.
guys, always
Man.
reach out to do that. And now I'm in leagues that never existed. One phone call we was on one day, it had at least 5 gentlemen who made over $5 billion in the last 10 years. So it was just like it's a different type of league, man. So you really got to go
Wow.
out, reach out, and they're reachable,
Right.
but you got to be ready to do work and already be ready and up and built up to that, that level where
Right.
when you come step to them, you step to them correct and something that they can help and actually build with. And then, like I said, I'm just humble, grateful for the opportunity. So I was just wanting to share that with your, people and your
Mm.
followers can understand. Like, dang, is it like that? It's 2022. Yes, it is like that. Reach out and actually build that group.
I got somebody that we know, my brother and I, and my cousin, whatever. He does a lot of development, and he's into doing what is it, the assisted living. Like
Okay. Yep.
he's big into doing that, and like he's always like, man, y'all gotta come on, man, y'all gotta come on, and like um and for me, it's just like it's hard for me to fathom like how I fit in the picture right with that. You know what I'm saying? Like real estate isn't really my thing. I got real estate, I got some investments, whatever. I'm inherited some, but I just don't have the bandwidth to put my time and energy into that because I'm trying to build this YouTube thing. But I do have interest because I know that's what money is. You know what I'm saying? Like having land. But this guy's like, hey man, y'all, anything we find a half a bedroom house, turn into assisted living. Like
Exactly.
that's what he's
Yep.
about. He bought like an old hospital and
Turn into assisted living.
what'd you say?
No, I said he buys what you said he buys, and he'd be like, turn it to assisted living. You be ready to
Exactly,
do it,
exactly.
right? Yeah.
He's doing big things. So I feel you on that, man. It's like getting in those rooms and those conversations with those heavy hitters is like invaluable, and it just comes from working and building up a track record like you've done, for yourself. To get those conversations, and then to have to be seriously considered as a business partner for those type of
Yeah.
deals. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's it, my brother.
So
Well, I appreciate you,
thanks,
man.
man.
we'll have to do it again in the new year. Happy New
Yes,
Year to
sir.
you, man, and much
Yes, sir.
prosperity to you and good health. And keep building, brother.
Yes, sir. I will. Let's stay. All right. We all we got. Much
We
love,
all
brother.
we got. I love that, man. And also, big shout out to, I love how you curate your live streams, man. Like they're real smooth and seamless. I like how you do that. I'm still kind of stumbly with mine, but I like
Hmm.
how you do your thing. You
I
got the,
appreciate it, brother.
yeah, it's got a nice flow to it. You know what I'm saying? Like me on the editing tip, like I can put a story together, but this live stream's a different beast.
Hmm. I agree.
But,
I agree.
you know what I'm saying? But I'm trying to get more comfortable with it, man, and do it up. So as you see, I'm 2022. We try and do things and keep it going, man. Keep it going.
Yes, sir. Yes,
All
sir. Much love, brother. All right. Catch
right,
y'all later. Shout out to you,
likewise.
man. All
Peace,
right,
peace.
brother.
All
Peace.
right.
Peace.
All right, y'all. All right. I appreciate everybody that tuned in to the live stream. Thank y'all for watching. Those who tuned in and those who are gonna watch the replay. 3,000 subs now. We ain't gonna stop. Keep it going. Take it to the next level. You know what I'm saying? So, any last comments? Anybody in the chat before I wrap this up? Big shout out to. Let me see here. Who all was in there today? See if I can do a recap real quick on my other computer. All right. Just participant. Saying I'm just the only participant. That ain't right. Let's see here. Okay, I guess I'm the only participant now. But let me go through the list here real quick and give my shout out to everybody that I can remember. All right, big shout out to IBE, just into the outdoors. We got Travel with Passion. Big shout out to you. Mr. Geo Arbitrage, Blue Vega, DC Born Rob. Big shout out to you. Pioneering the space right now. Kathy Johnson, big shout out to you, cuz. Buck Travel. We got Jay Devon, shout out to you. Black Helm. And who else we got? This guy's plugging this thing. I ain't gonna shout him out. I just don't like that. Black Ham TV, shout out. You've gone to 16 years. Jeffrey Hunter. Martin Armstrong, shout out to you, cuz. David Horton, Big Dave, Super. Razor Rays, got you, shout out to him in the super chat. My brother, Vince Armstrong. We got Fit Travel, appreciate Fit Travel, another super chat. We got Traveling Eddie. Who else we got? We got Touch Everybody. Nancy J, appreciate you tuning in. IBE with the super chat. Meta Logos. I think that's it, y'all. You got anyone else? Brian Ing. Oh, yeah, can't forget Brian Ing doing his thing. Ottawa Buckbang Gang. Shout out to my boy How To Guy. And I think that's it, y'all. Salute, man. I appreciate y'all tuning in. 2022, a lot more live streams are hopefully going down. I'm about to try to get this Colombia Medellin backlog, get that done so I can get all that content out. I probably, I don't know, at least probably got, I probably can do at least 10 more episodes, but it probably won't be that many. But we'll just figure it out. I got some new tech reviews coming up. Most of the stuff you see in the background, I'll probably go over that. Might have a new EV coming, so y'all just stay tuned. Big things for the channel coming up in 2022. So y'all just stay tuned. I appreciate everybody. Much love to everybody out there. And that's it. Your boy Strilla. I'm signing out. Peace.